This is Wendy's Friday Night Rivals.
One of the toughest places to come on the road and get a victory here on the hill at Spanish Fort. The Toros ranked number 1 in 6A, unbeaten on the year. They've gone to the state championship game the last 2 years. We'll take on the Saraland Spartans tonight here on Friday Night Rivals, who have won 4 in a row. You see both teams unbeaten in the region. And Dan Brennan, my partner as always, as we look at tonight's game, feels like we've been here before with these two teams battling for the top spot in the region.
These two teams, we have so many vivid memories from this field right here at Spanish Fort. It's a great place to watch a high school football game. We got a great one coming your way tonight. Sit back and enjoy it.
The way the schedule has worked out, this will be the 4th time we've seen Saraland so far in the first 7 weeks. And one thing that's jumped out at us, Dan, is that front that they have defensively. And, of course, Trayvon McAlpine was our guest in the pregame show. Talk about him a lot, but the guy in the middle is a guy who really helps clog things up.
The long arm of the law. He's 6'4", Keaton Law. Really good nose tackle. Yeah, Trayvon kind of gets the headlines, but this kid's a good player, too. You can see right there he likes to penetrate, too. A lot of tackles behind the line, and even a sack and a half there.
We look at the Spanish Fort team, and over the years they've had great playmakers, great quarterbacks, and that's been a big part of the rich history they have here. Of course, won the state championship once under Coach Blackman. They've gone to the state championship game the past couple of years, as I said, and you got to have good quarterback play. When we saw this young man last year, Coach Blackman said, I got a good one. He was right.
I think they get great quarterback play out of this kid. He's really heady. He's really athletic. He's really competitive. He makes good decisions. You get the run-pass option thing. He can handle that pretty well. When they get to the 20-yard line, Jim, this kid manages things where they end up with touchdowns and not field goals. Invaluable, and really probably one of the best quarterbacks we're going to see on TV this year.
Great big game experience, and he's a lot of fun to watch, and Coach Blackman proud of the year he's having just a junior. We'll find out who is the top team in this region at the end of this one tonight. Will Spanish Fort stay there, or does Saraland leapfrog them to take the top spot? We'll find out coming up right after this on one of the greatest atmospheres in our area to watch a high school football game on Friday night on the hill. We expect to see a lot of offensive fireworks tonight. Had some pregame. We expect to have them during the game as well. And Heather Healy is on the sideline per usual. Her first visit to the hill. The atmosphere not bad here tonight, huh, Heather?
A great atmosphere. Those fireworks were something else, right? Good evening, everybody. The top-ranked home team in the state here. They are ready to take on the Saraland Spartans, but they're going to do it with the run game. That's what head coach Ben Blackman says is going to secure this W. As for the Saraland Spartans, the defense is really what's going to get this ramped up tonight. They like the improvement that they see and ready to secure these Toros tonight, guys.
I think both coaches like where their teams are at right now, Dan Brennan.
I would agree. Yeah, I mean, obviously, rough start for a young Saraland team, but they feel like they're hitting their stride, and it's a good thing because the team they're playing tonight is at the top of their game.
Saraland will get it first as this one bounces into the end zone. And so we will see the Saraland offense come out here, led by Jeff Kelly. Good to see him back. Last game we did miss Coach Kelly. He had COVID and was out, but he's doing well. And you see what he's done in 11 seasons there. Of course, former quarterback at Southern Miss, also stops at Jackson, took them to the finals in Satsuma. And there's Ben Blackman on the other side for the Toros. And this Saraland team, they've won 24 of the last 26 region games going back to 2018. The 2 losses?
Spanish Fort.
Right here.
Yep.
Spanish Fort has won 8 of the 10 career matchups against these teams. Gibbs, Santee McWilliams, nice surge on the right side, and he'll pick up 5 on first down. A freshman, over 500 yards on the year, and Gabe Reynolds, he's the one going to keep an eye on all night. The quarterback, he's got to have a big game here tonight. Crenshaw, Weatherby, Broughton, Chastang, and Krause and Wilson up front for this team. Jarrell Williams going to West Virginia on the outside. He's got 5 TDs. Ryan Williams, the freshman, with 3 on the other side. And here is McWilliams again up to the 35. He's maybe the 36, going to pick up 11 and a first down for Spanish Fort to open things up. The Spanish Fort defense, they've only given up more than 10 points once the entire season. Average 10.4 points a game, and on the ground, they'll keep it in. Boy, McWilliams, the freshman, who's been impressive so far this year and had a big game a couple of weeks ago against Blunt here on Friday Night Rivals. Looking at this Spanish Fort defense, Tony Stonecker, the defensive coordinator, the big sophomore. McConaughey's having a great year there. Williams and Snowden. Snowden, a huge presence in the middle there. Tripp Lee and Beach, the linebackers. Also, you got Tyshawn Calvin, Avery Wilson playing well. We're going to see Andre Hunt in there as well. Mason, JoJo Hickson, Chico Hickson, and Carl Fontroy, who is a real weapon at safety.
Going to UAB, right?
Yep. And penetration this time here nowhere as Hickson comes in to make the stop there on Mick Williams. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. As we're 2 minutes into this one, and good work there by the junior. Oh, good safety size there, 5'10", 190. And JoJo Hickson with the stop there, bringing up 3rd and 4, and movement pre-snap. And this one looks like it's going to back up Saraland. You might be able to attribute that one a little bit to the crowd noise down here in front of us, Dan. They are loud, and they get encouraged.
Good ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay 3rd down.
So all the way back to the 36, and now a 3rd and 9, and we have not seen Gabe Reynolds put the ball in the air yet.
He was the difference against McGill in that comeback win.
Yep, they were down by 10 in the 4th quarter, came back to 22 unanswered points to win that game, and now to empty the backfield for number 8, Jarrell Williams. They like to get it to the big receiver, and they float it out to the near side. It's off the hands of C.T. Engelbert, and that one just thrown a little in front of him, and C.T. is able to pull that one down. Looks like he's going to be able to turn it upfield, get the 1st down.
Yeah, C.T., good thing that he wasn't trying to catch that in front of his own bench, because they probably have a word with him. Reaches out with just one hand, and they schemed that up well. He was open for the 1st down.
Look at the crowd here tonight down in front of us, and
even across from us, too, Jim.
Yep, big Saraland crowd. Jack Smith, who's going to Clemson, on to punt here for the Spartans, who get a 1st down on that drive, but nothing more. Fair catch called for at the 29-yard line. Jake Godfrey back there.
Godfrey with a fair catch.
And now we'll see this offense for the number 1 ranked team in 6A, Spanish Fort. They were ranked number 2 preseason. They've been number 1 since the season started. And there's Ben Blackman. What a run he has done here. He's gone state championship game 3 times in 6 years, winning almost 82% of his games. Came up here from Spanish Fort, and he has done a tremendous job for these Toros as Bird on the give. And we talked about that offensive line, a good penetration there by who Dan mentioned on the pregame show, Keaton Law, Reeve White, also McGuire, Babs, Toby Norman, Bree Blackman, Ryan Gorman, also Ty Bennett back in playing tonight, his 1st game. That's a big help for this offensive line. Reed on the outside of Speedster along with Jackson. And now Bird wants to air it out up the near side, and incomplete. Good coverage back there by Willie Butler, the 3-year starter. And also, you see the big arm.
Yeah, I was just going to say, very accurate throw from the left-hander, man. He laid it out there.
Here's the defense of, this defense for Saraland gave up some points in the first 2 weeks, but since then they're only giving up 7 points. Game McAlpine, Law, Paramore, Pope, and Lafitte. You got Thompson, you got Chris and Tyler there, and then Butler in the secondary, Roberson, C.J. Mack, and Maurice Davis. They really love the secondary, and they're going to be tested tonight here, including this one on 3rd and long. Bird over the middle of the field, tipped up in the air and incomplete as it goes off the hands of the intended receiver, and incomplete, and a 3-0. 3 and out. That was Trayvon Reed.
That's a very accurate quarterback who's now 0 for 2 in the passing game. Looked like Reed could have had that one, maybe a touch high, but a bullet to a wide open wide receiver.
He's going to get the 1st down and then some.
Yeah.
So Bird, the quarterback, is also the punter, and Jarrell Williams will stand back at the 35. And they'll angle it toward the sidelines, and Williams just stays away from that one, and it bounces out of bounds around the 35. So a 3 and out. Good defense by Saraland there. Now we'll see their offense come back out here on the field.
Pretty interesting that Ben Blackman and the offense decided to take a big shot early on in the,
Yep.
on first down, I guess, right?
Yeah, they got the, they've got the speedsters on the outside, and it's one thing Jeff Kelly has talked about since we saw him early in the season is he does like his secondary, likes the secondary he has here.
He says that unit for him, the secondary, is the best unit on the team right now, and the best unit he's had at secondary in his career.
See what Reynolds has done coming in tonight. He's really been playing better as of late. And he'll start it here on first down and roll out to the right side. Fires it off, able to get that one complete, and a huge hit put on as soon as the catch was made over there by the freshman Ryan Williams. Let's watch the replay here. These Spanish board numbers are very hard to read. It's a play-by-play guy's nightmare script is what it comes up at, how they describe the font. It's a nightmare script.
That was a Pontroy type hit.
Okay. Give on the right side, McWilliams, and Hickson comes over to make the stop, but up to about the 41, so it's going to bring up third and a long 3. This is about where the drive stalled for Saraland on the first possession. And they got backed up there in the same position and had a pre-snap penalty that went from 3rd and 3 to 3rd and 8. He emptied the backfield. Looking quickly on the far side, he's able to get it complete across midfield to the West Virginia commit, Jarrell Williams, his 28th catch on the season and a first down to the 46.
Yeah, good player. He's a senior, he's a leader, and he's a really good kid in the hallway and in the classroom, too. Yeah, you mentioned he's going to be a Mountaineer at West Virginia. They're going to love him.
Williams bottle up there, not much going on. Tyshawn Calvin, one of the first ones in to make the stop. Also, there helping out on the tackle was Colton Holland, the freshman. And he's really had a nice season so far here. Was our player of the week a couple of weeks ago. Gains 1 there on first down as we're approaching 5 minutes gone by in the opening quarter here tonight. Saraland and Spanish Fort both unbeaten in 6A Region 1. Little shoulder fake now, looking to go up top on the right side. He wants Williams, who goes up and he hauls it in at the 15. Jarrell Williams with back-to-back big catches on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, if you had number 8 on your team, would you throw it to him? This is a 50-50 ball for sure. He just climbs back over the corner. Look at the play.
Josh Mason was back there in coverage, but Williams at 6'3", 185. And now to the near side, inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line is Ryan Williams, the freshman. And Saraland is on the move. Second down and 5 from about the 9.
I think Saraland's grown up. They have, and we actually witnessed the growth spurt ourselves against McGill in the fourth quarter.
Sure did. They went tempo, got some tempo going.
Yep.
Tempo going, got the running game going.
Found the big receivers downfield.
Yep. 2nd and 5. Give. Williams gets down to about the 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and maybe a long, we'll call it 3rd and 2. So, got to think 2-down territory here. Just think, field goals aren't going to. You wouldn't think field goals are going to win a game like this,
no,
right?
I would not think so. We'll see if they lose a few yards, Jim. That might change the way they look at it.
Engelbert to the bottom of the screen. Now he'll come in motion. Give McWilliams on the right side. Pushes ahead, stays on his feet, and we'll see the mark on the far side. It looks like he's going to have it, Dan Brennan.
Well, we've got some good running backs, and this kid is just a 9th grader. So we're going to be staring at him and watching him. And think about this, Jim. He's going to grow, get better as time goes on, for sure. He looks pretty good right now. Did he get the first down?
I think they're going to measure here. Avery Wilson on the stop. Yeah, they'll bring the chains over here with just a little over 5 minutes to go. going to be close. It looked like the initial spot on the far side, like they were going to have it. And indeed they did. First and goal by the nose of the football.
Y'all, this is high school football tonight, isn't it? Just the atmosphere. The weather's great.
Yep, packed on both sides. Two great programs.
Saraland fans do the pom-pom thing, taking you back to the 60s.
Dressed all in white. And first and goal from just inside the 5, looking for the corner of the end zone, and they've got it to Jarrell Williams, his 6th touchdown catch of the night, but there's a flag at the feet of Gabe Reynolds, the quarterback. And it looks like by the response of the Spartans that it's going to stand, and they're going to wave it off. So there is no McConnell Collision Center flag on the play. And an impressive drive after a 3-and-out. Their defense forced on Spanish Fort, and Hunter Kirkland will see if they can give the Spartans a 7-0 lead. You look across the way, Dan mentioned the big Saraland crowd here on the visitor side.
You just have a little bay separating the two, and they made that trip.
And the kick is good. 7-0. Spanish Fort hosting Saraland tonight here on UTV 44. It's a good one. We're a little more than halfway through the first. The Spartans on top 7-0 after the Jarrell Williams touchdown catch from Gabe Reynolds.
Like coaches, parents, grandparents, and lots of volunteers.
So, Dan, we were just talking in the break. The impressive way Saraland moved the ball down the field there. They did it on the ground and through the air when they needed to.
Yeah, they've shown they can do it both ways against a very, very stingy, to this point, Spanish Fort defense. That's a long drive, a lot of it in the air. Not many balls on the ground, and the last pass ends up in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. Impressive by Sparty.
And you're right, when you have a talent like Jarrell Williams,
use him.
Go up and be the difference maker in the game. Then
he has been so far.
Big third down conversion.
Yep.
And got the touchdown. And the kick by Kirkland goes into the end zone. And we'll see Brendan Bird and company come back out here tonight for the Saraland Spartans. So a lot of teams were off last week, including the Spanish Fort team, but a busy slate of games last night. How about BC Rain 3-0 in the region?
Yes.
Theodore Davidson tonight, Mary G and Fairhope, Murphy and Baker, Bryan and Daphne, Miguel Tulin and Baldwin County, Gulf Shores and Citronelle. So we'll come back and look at more games as Bird wants to keep that one, and he is wrapped up nowhere to go. More games. Robertsdale Blunt tonight. Big one, 5A, Faith Academy and UMS Wright. That could be for the region championship. St. Paul's and Satsuma. Viger plays their game a little bit earlier today, and they shut out Escambia County 46-0. Williamson and Jackson, a big one up the road tonight. And also busy schedule, Excel and TR Miller tonight. Bayside taking on Flomanton, and you see the rest of the games here at 2nd and 11 coming up. Bird bootlegs out to the far side, able to find a little soft spot and gets that completed off to Cooper Wilson with his 6th catch of the season. Our pregame show guest, he playing his 36th high school football game as a senior and gets the first down there.
I don't think he would have mind just knocking me off the chair during the pregame show. That kid is a football player. Loves it.
Up to the 31 for Bird and company. And Johnny Morris with not much room there. Aaron Threat actually was the ball carrier. Threat over 300 yards on the year here, and 2nd and about 9 coming up. Motion. Give it off, and Swarming defense led by Curtis Jamison, the sophomore linebacker, made the stop, and you can see why this game is so big here tonight in our region standings. Look at the top there. Both Saraland and Spanish Fort unbeaten, and McGill-Toolen 2-1. Saraland has already beaten McGill, and Spanish Fort has McGill coming up, and Baldwin County, and you see the rest there. So this game here tonight really could solidify. And you think about last year, these two teams met during the regular season, and then they met in the semifinals, and because Spanish Fort won the regular season game, won the region, they got to host it on a monsoon here and won that game 13-7 to go to the state championship. 3rd and 10. Dumped out of the backfield, and Godfrey going to be really close.
This offense is awfully clever, Jim, and Bird executes it very well. Little middle screen.
So they
Dumps it off to a really good athlete in Godfrey.
About 2 yards short of the first down. We'll call it a long one.
I don't think they've run it well enough tonight to feel comfortable going forward here, do you?
Let's see here now. Bird, the quarterback, is also the kicker, so I always see a quick kick, and it's our BLP Mobile Paint school color cam, and all the Toro colors right below us here, and they line up under center, pitch it out, cutting to the near side. Penetration by Trayvon McAlpine is going to stop threat short of the first down. Big stop by McAlpine. The TCU commit comes off the edge and wraps up threat and stops that threat. And now Saraland with great field position at the Toro 40.
They're going to take a shot here, first down. You got the great wide receiver. Look at the penetration right here. Not a chance, and that is a big, talented guy playing hard and playing well.
He came down the line there to make the stop.
We've seen him do that.
And so now we'll see if Spanish Fort's defense can come up with a stop. Flipping over the middle, and that one overthrown, incomplete. Had a chance.
Yeah, the Army knife open out there.
Looking for Matthew Milner.
Oh, that was Milner, okay.
Yep. Boy, he found a little soft spot there and just overthrew it a little bit.
I got to tell you, Saraland impressive here in the first quarter for sure. On the road.
Yeah, you kind of always, when you come here, you feel like you're going to have to take a few shots, take a few punches early, because it's a tough place to come win. And the Toros defend their home field like few others do. McWilliams plows ahead for a couple. Snowden there. Trip Lee also in to make the stop.
Well, you can see what Jeff Kelly sees in 22. Just a freshman. Why is he out there? Why is he playing? Watch him.
3rd and 7. Here's we're inside a minute and a half to go. Reynolds, a little screen, got it to McWilliams, and McWilliams is going to be stopped short of the first down. And now a late flag comes in as we had some pushing and shoving. And now the second flag, Bryson Broughton Chastang was tied up with one of the Toro players right in front of the Toros bench and right in front of Ben Blackman. I'm not sure who the first one was going to be on, but you know that second one was going to be the retaliation penalty on Bryson Broughton Chastain. And
yeah, no mystery there.
No, the McConnell Collision Center flagging the play, and you wonder if these will be offsetting penalties, as I'm not sure who Broughton Chastain was tied up with, but they were playing well through the whistle, and then they got separated. And let's listen. So just one penalty, so it's going to make it a now 3rd and 20, and that's 2 costly penalties on 3rd down situations we've seen.
For the Saraland Wilson.
Yeah, for the Saraland team. So it was
and it's after the play.
So it was a dead ball. It should be a 4th down.
Yes. It's time to punt.
because they did not. Did they spot the ball up? Did they get the ball spotted ahead, or was that?
Hey, after the play, we had a dead ball personal foul against the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Fourth down.
All right, there it was. Took a little time. You got it right.
So it's now going to be a 4th and 18, and now Saraland not going to be able to take advantage of the great field position. They started the drive at the Spanish Fort 40, and now they'll have to punt it. The line of scrimmage being the 47, so a costly penalty. And Godfrey stands back around his own 10 for the Jack Smith punt from Saraland. Big stop for that Toro defense there.
No matter how they did it, they got it done.
Smith with a great punt. Godfrey a fair catch, and he'll take it at the 12-yard line. Friday Night Rivals here, brought to you by our great friends at Wendy's. Thanks for being our presenting sponsor of high school football each and every Friday night here on UTV 44. We also got our Wendy's Giant of the Week. That happens each week. Heather's able to tell you about that during our pregame show. So thanks to Wendy's for being a part of high school football. Also thanks to Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, who they bring you our Scholastic Athlete every week. And Andy Citron Injury Attorneys also going to present a $5,000 scholarship to one of our Scholastic athletes at the end of the season. Threat at the 15. You know, we've not seen Johnny Morris back there tonight.
Same against St. Paul's early in the year. This Spanish Fort offense we thought was going to be something, maybe still they will be, but they've only got 1 first down so far this evening. So Saraland stopping them in their tracks, winning the line of scrimmage so far.
So now we see Johnny Morris back there. He hasn't carried it yet. Their leading rusher on the season. Bird going to pull it down. This is what Dan talked about. And we're going to be just a couple of yards short. No, they're actually going to mark him good for the first down up to the 25.
If he runs, you can pretty much bet there's a reason. He sees a lane, and he did right there. It might look obvious to you, but to me, for a high school kid, it's kind of uncanny. He makes the right call almost every time.
Let's see if Ben Blackman wants to snap it again before the end of the period here. As Dan mentioned, just the second first down for the Toros. Godfrey squirts free up to the 30 to the 31, and he'll get 6 on first down, and that will bring the first quarter to a close. Both teams unbeaten in the region. We've seen this battle lots of years on Friday Night Rivals, and it looks like it's going to be another great one here tonight. Through 1, the road team, Saraland on top 7-0 over Spanish Fort here from the Hill. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy down on the sidelines. Our entire Friday Night Rivals crew here tonight at Spanish Fort for the Big 6A Region 1 matchup of unbeaten teams in the region. And Saraland taking on the number 1 ranked Toros in 6A. On second down, nowhere to go there for Johnny Morris. Heather Healy down the sideline. Boy, it was so great pregame to see Misty Blackman, wife of Ben Blackman, coach of the Toros, and their young daughter, Lottie, the 2-year-old, here at the game. What an emotional time it's been for the Blackmans the past couple of weeks, Heather.
As you guys said, a very tough few weeks for head coach Ben Blackman and his family, but the love and support that he has received from not only the Spanish Fort community, but from all over the state of Alabama and beyond has been so overwhelming. The Blackmans could not be any more grateful for all the messages and prayers they've received. He says the love is definitely felt and reciprocated.
Lottie was at USA Women and Children's, and Ben couldn't say enough about those great folks there. Had a real serious respiratory issues, and now we get a penalty. Here's the play clock expires, and Ben Blackman was saying he tried to call a timeout, and they did get it called before time expired. So, yeah, Ben was talking about on the pregame show just the, we said, as a football coach, you make such an impact on your players and your community, but boy, when you feel it come back the other way, it really has got to help lift your spirits, because we knew it was a tough one for Coach Blackman.
The illness came out of nowhere, and then the support came out of nowhere. And, of course, the great work at USA Women's and Children's. We've learned through the years that's a clutch team over there, too.
So you see what the first half looked like. Williams with 3 catches, the 1 touchdown. Santee McWilliams really run the ball well, 40 yards. Spanish Fort really had just 2 first downs in that opening quarter, and Saraland with the lead. But Spanish Fort's defense came up with a big stop after Saraland stopped Spanish Fort when they went for it on 4th down. It gave Saraland the ball at the Toros 40, but the Toro defense did not allow them to get a first down on that drive and force the punt. And this is where we're at right now. Is 3rd and 7 coming up here. Just underway in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Empty backfield for Bird. Bird looks to run it that way, cuts it to the inside. Now he cuts it back, and Bird's going to have the first down up to the 40 as he picks up 11 on that play.
Yeah, you think the play's over, but guess what? Number 7's got the ball, and he is competitive and athletic and strong. Watch this.
Yeah, almost 200 pounds, and finally gets pulled down.
Yeah, that guy cannot be fun to try and tackle.
By Clint Smith. And BLP paints school colors, Cam, and they pitch it on the inside, and nowhere to go on that one. Hickson going to lose a yard. Trayvon McAlpine in the middle of it again.
Yeah, great design, right? Cool looking play, but if you lose the line of scrimmage, it doesn't matter. McAlpine and some of his friends are living on the Spanish Fort side of the line of scrimmage.
Actually,
Wow, just look at
Trayvon Reed, who took the quick little pitch and got maybe one. Bird, little play action, looks over the middle of the field. They've had some open receivers there, and this time it's Godfrey coming up with the catch.
This kid throws darts, doesn't he? Very deadly accurate. Again, really good decision maker.
So are we seeing, with the respect to the speed of these Toro receivers, that it is finding that, the 2 deep safeties, finding some space in front of them, because you don't want to risk them running past you.
Yeah, but they're taking away the run without extra people in the box.
Bird keeps this one. Now Bird got a nice block there, still on his feet. Bird still rolling inside the 20 all the way down to the 15-yard line.
What can you say about this kid? Look at the effort. Look at the decision making, the toughness.
Picks up 23.
Well, he didn't want to go down then.
He's only rushed it 38 times coming into tonight, but
I was surprised by that. I think a lot of their games have been blowouts, and that probably have something to do with that.
Morris on the right side. Morris has a hole, and he's in for the touchdown. Johnny Morris, his 5th of the season, averages 9 yards a carry, and takes that one 15 for the touchdown, and we're a PAT away from being tied in this one. And what an impressive drive that was by the Toros.
Hello, who woke up the Toros? And that was a quick drive, quick strike. And a lot of that had to do with Bird at quarterback, and then Johnny Morris taps it off and reminds us he's a 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago, 3-year starter.
And Bro on for the PAT. And he's got it, and we are tied. 7-7 here on the hill. The Toros answer back. We're all even in the 6A Region 1 battle of unbeatens tonight here on Friday Night Rivals. Toros answer back with an impressive drive there to knock this game up at 7. But again, it all started with that defense coming up with a 4th down stop, Dan Brennan.
Defense gets the 4th
down. A 3rd down stop, and then the penalty, actually.
The penalty set them back, and then, of course, they got busy on that drive, and a little bit of the run and a whole lot of Bird.
Lucas Bro to kick off here for the Toros. If you're just joining us, huge crowd here tonight. Both sides, the home team and Saraland brought the house for sure as this one bounces and goes out of bounds at the 10. Good job there by Williams just to not reach out and grab that. Instead, let it go out of bounds and take the penalty in the field position. 8 plays, 88 yards. Morris with the 15-yard touchdown run, but really it was all Bird with his legs, the passes, and decision-making.
Yeah, and they went tempo, too. That was a quick 8 plays, and it ended the way that Ben Blackman would want and this big crowd would want in the end zone.
There's Jeff Kelly over there. Again, this Saraland team has won 4 straight after they lost to Theodore, 7A team, then a Hewitt-Trussville powerhouse in 7A first 2 weeks, and they started getting it together in week 3, as you said. We kind of watched it happen in that 4th quarter against McGill at McGill.
And it looked excellent against Blunt. We've seen 2 of their games now so far.
Oh, that one loose and recovered by the Toros. Wow, it hit the man in motion. It hit Enkelbert in motion, and Avery Wilson hops on it, so the snap was not timed right, and Engelbert was in motion. It went off of him, and then Wilson, the senior linebacker, hops on it, and the Toros are in business at the Saraland 29.
Unfortunate set of circumstances, but Wilson saw it all at linebacker, and he reacted very quickly. Watch 9. Now here comes the snap, hitting the Engelbert in motion.
Reynolds looked a little confused there. Like he made a little half step there that almost could have been a penalty.
Yeah.
And instead
But really impressed with Wilson's reaction time, which was a split second, and he had the ball in his belly just like that. Big play.
So they forced the turnover, and now Spanish Ford at the 30. Bird with the give to Threat. He's upended in the backfield. Willie Butler doing a good job. We talk about him as a corner, and then also coming up there to help. That was Maurice Davis, who came in to disrupt the run.
And that's what they want to do right there. They want to establish that run. They really haven't done it so far, aside from Morris's touchdown run and what Bird's been able to do kind of on his own. Saraland really stout along the line of scrimmage, and they're getting better.
From the 30. Bird play action again, fires over the middle. He's able to get that one complete. And it's going to be a first down to the 18, a pickup of 12. This time he's able to find it off to Jonathan Abrams, the senior, his 4th catch of the year. But,
oh boy, he's pinpoint, isn't he? Not just a quick slant, I get it, but he also had pressure on him, got knocked to the ground. Tough kid.
Clint Smith, Bird. Yeah, Clint Smith had a chance there as they'll stay at the tempo here and motion. Give it off to Morris, and look at that shiftiness on the inside, and Morris has got the Toros 1st and goal at the 7. Johnny Morris, big year last year there, and on his way to another 1,000-yard season, it seems there, but boy, watch this little jump cut here. Woo!
Yeah, that's the same line of scrimmage that's been stonewalling everything, but not Morris.
Morris on the right side goes in untouched for the Toro touchdown. So we have a flag, a McConnell Collision Center flag back at the line of scrimmage. Dropped on the near side. And it looks like this one is illegal shift.
It'll still be 1st and goal.
And so it'll be 1st and goal. But it's going to move it back outside the 10, and points come off the board, says Mr. Dees.
During the play, we had 2 men illegally in motion against the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty and replay 1st down.
Jim, I think this is where Bird comes into play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Run pass option, heady, athletic. You have a quarterback like that in a situation like this, he can really be the difference. That's why I love this guy.
He'll keep Threat in the backfield along with Morris. They give it to Threat, and Threat hits still on his feet, lunges ahead and gets back to the original line of scrimmage there. And Aaron Threat got to the 6 before Paramore was able to wrap him up.
Yeah, the big guys in the middle there, Paramore along with
Threat.
Law, and they're getting blocked a whole lot more than they were earlier in the game. And look at
Law put a big hit on him.
Second effort after Law made the hit. Should have been a stop, but Threat didn't think so.
Threat limps off, and they'll keep Morris in the backfield on 2nd and goal. Quick pitch to Morris, left side. Morris, did he get in? Yes!
There you go.
Hard fought yards on back-to-back plays there by the Toro running backs, and they capitalize, and they've scored 2 quick ones to jump out now to a potential 14-7 lead with the PAT coming.
Yeah, just a quick pitch to the edge, and Morris knows exactly what to do. They're running it a lot better than the last couple of drives.
So they take advantage of the short field, something Saraland couldn't do.
Yeah, after the fumble recovery.
Just 30 yards.
But they do it quickly, too, Jim.
And Bro misses that extra point. Sailed wide to the right. So it stays a 13-7 lead. But it's 13 unanswered for the home team. Top team in 6A now with the lead. The Toros behind Johnny Morris here, lunging for the goal line, and he's got the score, and the Toros on top by 6. It is October as we start the month here on Friday Night Rivals. Lots of pink in the crowd. Tell us about it, Heather Healy on the sideline.
Yeah, because it's October 1st, they kick it off with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This is their pink out game for the month. Did you guys know that more than 200,000 cases a year are diagnosed of breast cancer, so they want to show off their pink?
Kick to the near side, and with a lot of speed, CJ Mack up to the 30 for Saraland. So, yeah, we see that at all levels of football and sporting events, and everybody getting behind a great cause here. It's sad that all of us can't think of someone we don't know hasn't been affected by breast cancer.
No doubt.
All right, so we need to see how this Saraland offense responds to that disastrous turnover on the last possession.
They haven't changed the lineup. They've got the players to do it, especially on the outside with their wide receiver with Williams.
I want to thank our sponsors, including McConnell Collision and the Drug Education Council. Reynolds looking down the middle of the field, and Jarrell Williams has got it complete across the 50 all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't go anywhere, Jim.
27-yard pickup.
It wasn't like punished and sent behind the stands to clap erasers or anything. They're going to keep him right by their side. He's a game-changing player. We saw it against McGill.
Yep. Well-thrown ball there by Reynolds, and nice confidence, and got to like Jeff Kelly kind of going back to his quarterback, say, hey, let's get a little confidence going after that last turnover.
And they like to throw it to Williams over the middle, not so much on the sideline.
The freshman had a big first quarter, and Santi McWilliams will lunge ahead for about 3 to the 40-yard line.
12 carries, 43 yards for McWilliams.
And kind of had those early and didn't call his name much late in the second half there of the opening quarter.
He's definitely a battler.
Captain Pat Ivy down in Orange Beach, checking out this game on UTV 44 tonight.
Had a big build-up, and so far it's delivering.
2nd and 6. Here for the Spartans. Bird flips it to the far side this time, and Williams has got a first down as he's inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And a trivia question here tonight. So Saraland's only had one other coach besides Jeff Kelly, and Spanish Fort has only had 3 besides Ben Blackman.
Okay.
Name them all. Jot them down. We'll check in the second half.
It's a Fred Riley special, huh?
McWilliams gonna get maybe one there. So Wilson coming in to bottle things up there as the freshman got, as we said, maybe just one. Boy, he's a freshman, not afraid to stick his nose right up in the middle of things against a stout defensive line here for the Toros. Reynolds gets it out to Milner off his fingertips, and he's got it, and he steps out of bounds. If that one's maybe a little on target, Milner able to turn it up. And we've got a McConnell Collision Center flag on the play. Looks like we usually see maybe a motion penalty or shift penalty as Connell Collision Center. Ooh, an eligible man downfield. Or that. Boy, that was quick, too, because that was a very fast-developing play. There's a lineman firing off down there.
Yeah, he must have sprinted. See who it is.
It looks like maybe the center. Maybe it was Broughton Chastain who got off the block quickly. And
I guess. Was it 3 yards?
We have an ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. The ball was not thrown behind the line of scrimmage. It's a 5-yard penalty and replay second down.
So he was expecting the ball to be thrown behind the line.
I got it.
And it wasn't, and that's what caused the.
He was heading downfield to block his assignment.
Yep. BLP paints school colors cam. Saraland's had some costly penalties here tonight. And now Williams will come to the bottom of the screen. That's Jarrell Williams. Ryan Williams, the freshman, who's another good target at 6'1". And 2nd and 15 for the Toros, and play clock was winding down, and Jeff Kelly got a timeout on the far side there before another penalty. You see some of these play clocks running down. It's the chess matches taking place. Jeff Kelly, the play caller, against Tony Stonecker, the defensive coach, defensive coordinator here of Spanish Fort. And remind you, at the end of tonight's game, we'll give you 3 players to choose on. Our Herc Reynolds player of the game. And got a defensive player we're going to talk about at halftime from McGill this week. We'll tell you about it at halftime. At the end of tonight's game, we'll give you a chance to vote on our 3 players of the game. Herc Reynolds, whatever you need, whether you need rental equipment for, maybe you need a generator to help do a broadcast on a Friday night like we do. We get it from Herc Reynolds. Or maybe you just need to knock something out around the house, pole saw, hedge clippers, post hole digger, auger, any of those things. Herc Reynolds has got them. I do not know how to use any of those that I just mentioned, but Herc Reynolds has them. All right, after the timeout, Reynolds and crew back to the 33. 3 receivers up to the top of the screen. A little hard count, almost had a little lean in on the Toro front. But now the play clock inside 10, and Reynolds shifts his freshman running back to his left side. Reynolds fires into coverage. He's able to get it complete to the 25 as he's able to go to Matthew Milner.
Yeah, you talk about sitting down in the zone.
Yeah.
He actually took a seat. Good throw by Reynolds again.
So they get 8 of it back here. Maybe they got 10 of it back, so it's going to bring up about you can call it 3rd and 7. So it was an 8-yard pickup. Now they'll flip it out to the backside, and that one was behind, actually a little in front and off the hands of Williams, who slipped trying to come up with it, and now 4th and 7 here from the 25.
Williams really didn't do him any favors there, Jim. He kept going. He was going parallel to the quarterback rather than
4th down. Yeah, coming up here. Let's thank Greer's. And also Barrow Fine Furniture. AOC when we do our pregame show as well. So 4th down, and the Spartans will go for it at the 25.
Williams' route just made an easy throw harder.
Yep. Play clock inside 5. Reynolds gets it off. A little pressure, middle of the field. They got it complete. It's going to be a 1st down to the 16-yard line. Went to Ryan Williams, the freshman that time, and a big throw by Gabe Reynolds to convert on 4th down and keep the drive alive for the Spartans, who have watched Saraland, have watched Spanish Fort score 13 unanswered. Good, it was actually good coverage as it went to CT Engelbert. My mistake. And a new set of downs. Give on the far side. Williams bumped out of bounds. Not much room over there.
See, this team is so much more comfortable in their own skin. You know, a few games down the line, and they've got a lot of clever little twists to the offense. And they've moved the ball here tonight. Now only 7 points, but they might be on their way to more.
Yep, they get 5 here on first down. Reynolds looking for the back corner of the end zone as he wanted Milner, and the coverage came over there to knock it away as Carl Fontroy, the senior starter, came over there, closed in on the tight end, Matthew Milner, to knock it away. And Fontroy looked like it was maybe like a knee-to-knee collision here.
He's coming in with intent. He is a very physical player.
I think that's exactly what happened. I think they banged kind of kneecap on kneecap. Yeah, Fontroy had the pick six 90-yard touchdown against St. Paul's here on Friday Night Rivals. Oh, and he tried to go over, and then he just pulled up and stopped. He was coming over to the bench, and then he just stopped, and this would be a huge loss in the secondary for the Toros.
You can bet that Jeff Kelly will make note if you take Fontroy out of this game. He's a scholarship guy that's going to UAB.
2-year starter back there for the Toros, and he was going to come off for the play, and then he just went down, as you can see at the near hash marks, and 3rd and 7 coming up here. I'll tell you about more of our great partners on Friday Night Rivals. Herc Reynolds, we just talked about all the great rental solutions they offer you. Also BLP Paints, 100 years in business here, and thanks for, again, being a big part of Friday Night Rivals. And Fusakli's, they feed the crew before each contest, and once in a while the talent might sneak a chicken finger or two before the game. Maybe
careful.
A fry. I see you'll get maybe a fry or two.
You know, trying to keep the diet right.
But Fusakli's big part of football. And we're hoping that Fontroy just banged his knee, and it's one of those super painful things, but it doesn't get any worse, and he can get back out there. Yeah,
right.
He is a leader and one of the best DBs down here in this part of the state.
Let's see if he's missed on this play.
As you said, the Saraland coaches certainly notice when a player of that caliber comes out. 3rd and 7. Reynolds now wants to keep it. He's got some room, and Reynolds inside the 10. He's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and about 1. And Reynolds made a quick decision there to pull it down as everything was covered in the end zone. We'll call it 4th and 2 with the official spot, Dan Brennan. This is a huge play.
Agreed.
In the first half here. See the big jumbotron just over the end zone, looking down to our right here in Spanish Fort.
They're welcome to high school football 2021.
Play clock down to 3, down to 2. They're going to have to take another timeout, I think. And Jeff Kelly barely gets it.
Timeout, Spartans.
You don't mind having to use those timeouts in the first half. You're okay in the first half, but
Jeff's a little bit like, hey, man, you got like one job. Of course, you got a lot of jobs, quarterback, but you got to keep an eye on that clock.
All right, let's look at some of the other games going on. North of us tonight, Milry and Marengo tonight. Fruitdale hosting McIntosh. Hale County at home as is JF Shields. Greensboro, Brantley, and Florala. And rounding out the schedule this evening as we look at another busy night. It was weird last week. You had so many teams that were off last week. Just a lot of the teams didn't play last week. So, all right, so here we got a 4th and about 2. It's a short 2, long 1. However you want to deem it.
Yeah. I think on 4th down, it feels long.
Yep, McWilliams in the backfield. Engelbert, they like his sure hands. He's split out to the bottom of the screen. And Tim Dees blows the whistle and says, let's do it. And Engelbert comes in motion and going to keep it as Reynolds. He goes behind Engelbert, and he's going to have the first down for the Spartans.
I had a feeling once Engelbert set up on the outside right there at the edge of the line of scrimmage, he was there as a blocker, and he was. And they got enough for the first down. If you tell Engelbert to get something done, catch it, run it, block, he'll do it.
Mission is going to be accomplished.
9 times out of 10. That play was the confidence of Engelbert making the block. It really was.
Win your one-on-one assignment and give your quarterback just enough room. And
Yeah.
Reynolds converts, and now 1st and goal for the Spartans. McWilliams on the left side. He's going to get a hard-earned about 4 to bring up 2nd and goal. It was McWilliams being pulled down by Urel Williams. Urel Williams at 295. Just a scant 130 pounds bigger than the running back, Santee McWilliams.
Got some size on this field tonight.
Second and goal for the Spartans. Again, they'll give it McWilliams on the left side, and he's in for the touchdown. So they go 65 yards on the drive to answer back and stop the big momentum swing that Spanish Fort had with those 2 unanswered touchdowns, and now they have a chance to take the lead with a PAT.
What might have punctured that momentum a little bit too was that missed extra point.
Yep. And now Hunter Kirkland will try to tack on the McWilliams touchdowns extra point and give the Spartans the lead. And coming right at our Friday Night Lights camera, he's got it, and it is a 14-13 lead with 1:41 to go in the second quarter. And so we've seen some punching and counter-punching here tonight, Dan Brennan.
Yes, we have. Everybody's been mentally tough. There's McWilliams. He's mentally tough. He's physically tough. Good running back. 9th grader. We've talked about that all night. That's all he is. So how much better is he going to get?
Saraland behind Gabe Reynolds there. He didn't start the season. They had Landon Snow start, the sophomore start at Theodore, and then they were going to kind of play both quarterbacks, see how things went, and then Reynolds came in, and he has not let go of that starting job.
He really emerged during that McGill game. They were down 25-10 in the 4th quarter and won that game.
Yep. BLP paints school colors cam, and you see Dan mentioned earlier all the white and pom-poms on the far side for the Spartans. And now we'll see what Spanish Fort can do with 1:41 to go. Spanish Fort with 2 timeouts remaining. And that one into the end zone on the strong leg of Hunter Kirkland. So 79 yards on that drive. I thought it was started at 35, but I could be mistaken. 11 plays, still 5.5 minutes. Eats up some clock and puts Spanish Fort on top 14-13.
We've seen some quality drives tonight, which takes execution.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers.
Keep an eye on Godfrey.
For Bird and the Toros. Bird pressure coming, steps up, and he's wrapped up from behind and brought down is Trayvon McAlpine. Able to get him, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. McAlpine going to TCU as a guest on the pregame show. So friendly, such a big smile. Not so much there, though.
Yeah, well, Spanish Fort wishes he would hop a bus at halftime. Get to Fort Worth early.
So no gain on the play. 6.5 tackles for losses and 3.5 sacks coming in tonight for McAlpine. So 2nd and 10. Bird, pressure again, jumps up, fires that to the far side, able to get it complete. Wow, what an athletic throw to Godfrey. Good job just to get rid of that one. At first you're thinking, wow, good job to avoid the sack, and it turns out, hey, good job to pick up 9. Watch the little jump here.
Good play by Godfrey, too. He comes back to the ball.
Got his hands underneath it on 3rd and short. Whistle, Jeff. They get a penalty on the far side. I thought you heard some barking over there in the McConnell Collision Center. Flag on the play. You got a choice to take your car to get fixed wherever you need to.
Ball, false start, offense. Replay 3rd down, 5-yard penalty.
McConnell Collision Center, you can actually just take pictures and send them to them, and they'll give you an estimate based on the pictures, and do great work, and a great partner of ours here on Friday Night Rivals for a long time as we're inside 40 seconds. Here now a 3rd and 7 coming up. Bird looks to the near side, fires, and it's broken up. What a play over there by C.J. Mack. Got a hand in front of Godfrey to knock it away, and it stops the clock with 29 seconds left and brings up 4th down.
That's a great throw. Great play, though, by Mack, who's a veteran back there. Again, Jeff Kelly says his defensive back. Look at the timing throw, and Mack makes the play.
Did a great job not to get that right arm around and hook the hip, which you see sometimes.
Yeah. Tremendous play. A really good throw.
Now a big punt here, and Jarrell Williams is dangerous, standing at the 40 with 29 seconds left. Saraland, there's only 1 timeout left. That get tipped? That might have got tipped. It was a low kick from Bird, and at the 46. All right, so you got 20 seconds left. Scoreboard says 2 timeout. Scoreboard says they have 3, but I'm sure they have 1. So you get 1 chunk play here, then maybe you got a shot to try to get something either in the end zone or set up yourself to get a field goal here with points at the end of the half.
Well, let's see how Spanish Fort's going to play it defensively. I mean, the first guy, the middle guy, and the last guy I'd be thinking about right now, if I was Spanish Fort on defense, would definitely be Jarrell Williams on the outside.
Yeah, and I do not see Bontroy back out there. And I think the Toros, Saraland, just going to take a knee here and go in at the half with a 14-13 lead. Jeff Kelly's got to be pleased with his team coming out on the road and having the lead here. And it's a tough place. We've talked about a tough place to come play. You've lost 8 of 10 to your rival, including twice last year, and a chance to go to the state championship game. But right now they have the 14-13 lead, and Heather is down with Coach Kelly. Heather.
All right, Coach, you're up 1 point against the #1 team in the state. How does that's got to feel great going into half.
I don't know about great. We played pretty well. We've given up a drive or 2 to those guys. Bird made a bunch of plays, but we had some mistakes that kept us back. We really should have a couple more on the board. There's a ton of football to play. There's 2 proud programs here teeing it up tonight. Second half should be fun.
Talk about your defensive efforts that you made cohesively throughout the first half.
Hey, we've been pretty good except the 2 drives, and you play somebody like their quarterback, he's going to make some throws and kind of loosen us up, and they got us on some runs. So we got to tie that up in the second half and play better.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, 14-13, Saraland jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Toros came back, scored 13 unanswered points, then a late touchdown there by Saraland to regain the lead at 14-13. And that's where we're at through the first half. And we'll take a timeout. It's halftime here on our Friday Night Rivals big game. As Dan said, it's lived up to the billing. And right now, Saraland leads #1 Spanish Fort 14-13 here tonight on the Hill in Spanish Fort. Get a good look at the home side of things here at Spanish Fort. They always pack them in, and they knew it was going to be a big game here tonight. And no surprises, 14-13, the size of the crowd anyway.
Yeah, we were on the sideline for the playoff game against Blunt last year. Remember that?
Yep.
Big turnout.
And it was a packed night here in the rain between these 2 teams in the semifinals as well. So, Perk Reynolds, each week we give you a player of the game to vote on. And last week, Defensive Player of the Week from McGill, the big win over Murphy. And it was Cameron Stanther, linebacker. He was really all over the place. He was very disruptive. He got in the backfield, really got after things. And, one of those McGill linebackers, we've seen a few of those over the years, Dan Brennan.
He disrupted what, Murphy just really couldn't get out of their own way, but part of it was they couldn't get out of Cameron's way.
Yeah. So Stanther had a big night. Got a lot of the stops to really thwart things, and McGill was just, all over Murphy. Murphy was playing behind the sticks all night long, and Stanther and those linebackers kind of in there, and really they never allowed Murphy a chance to really get into this game, Dan.
No, they never got any offensive rhythm, and that's a couple of games in a row. Blunt the week before we saw them against this Saraland team. Same thing with McGill and Murphy. McGill dictated the game start to finish.
Yep, we'll give you a player of the week. We'll give you 3 of them, actually, to choose from at the end of tonight's game, thanks to our friends at Herc Reynolds. And we'll come back here at halftime. It's the road team, Saraland, with a late touchdown in PAT to regain the lead over the Toros, ranked number 1 in 6A. Should be a fantastic finish in the second half here on Friday Night Rivals. See our halftime score. You know, Dan, there's licensing issues with music on live television while we can't show the bands at halftime, but I would just love to tell you, Saraland's been knocking out some Led Zeppelin here at the half and sounded great.
Going all 60s and 70s and doing it justice for sure.
I wish we could have brought you the bands, but do not get to do that for some licensing reasons. What we do get to do each week at halftime is give you our Scholastic Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Andy Citron Injury Attorneys. And Andy Citron, again, going to give one of our Scholastic Athletes of the Week at the end of the season a $5,000 scholarship. Dan Brennan to tell you about this week's recipients.
It is Saraland Paige Park. She's a senior, 4.35 GPA, soccer and cross country, advanced honors. You can see all the awards and honors in school, including she's an Azalea Trailmate too. She plans to play soccer and or run cross country in college, and at 4.35, she's getting in.
Yeah, great job there by Paige Parks.
Spanish forward's got Josephine Williams. She's a senior. This is ironic, 4.35 as well. She is 6th in the class of 254. She's a cheerleader, National Honor Society, and peer helper, French club. Attended Auburn, is going to attend Auburn University and major in pre-law. So she has a fascination with the law and/or she wants to make some big dough.
Yeah, both. Could be both. They're not mutually exclusive. Could be both. So congratulations to Josephine Williams, 6th out of 245. And thank you to Andy Citron Injury Attorneys, again, being our Scholastic Athlete sponsor. And at the end of the season, he's going to give one of our athletes a $5,000 scholarship. So all throughout the country, big games taking place. Friday Night Rivals all over. We always love to see if we get a chance to look at other highlights that took place last week and see if maybe we slipped in again. Let's take a look.
Barnett rolling, looking. Now going to reverse field. He's got some blockers that way. He directs traffic. Sidesteps one defender and scores.
He has a man down the sideline. There's 2 men over there defending, but what a throw, what a catch. Touchdown, Barron.
You could see a fake. They're going to kick. It was blocked. Grabbed. Returned. It's Carlson who had the interception earlier. He's looking for a convoy. What a vertical.
Mark McGonigal with a couple of jump cuts. And now a spin, stays on his feet. Run of the year for the touchdown.
First, going the other way is Ethan Reed, and he's dropped.
Going to keep it and try to throw it long, looking for a receiver, and does. Touchdown.
25 to go here, second quarter. Harbaugh going to keep it himself, spins his way across the 5-yard line. Great second effort, and in for the touchdown. What a tough run, the spinning senior Cam Harbaugh.
Big play coming up here. And that one is picked.
Is that DeAndres McLean?
It is. It is. The big man.
Let's
He's got
go
some blocks.
run, baby.
He's got a couple blocks. He's trying to go. He's going to go. He's rumbling down the 15 to 10.
Rumbling, stumbling, fumbling. Let's go.
We got a good look. Some right down the road there in Pensacola. Pine Forest. We did a game at Pine Forest, didn't we?
Yeah, we did years and years and years ago.
They had the talented running back.
Richardson ended up at Alabama.
Yep, and so always fun to look at those games from all over the country.
There was a Harbaugh sighting in central Pennsylvania.
How about that? and he's a tough kid, tough runner.
Yeah, imagine.
The DNA's probably in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Halftime here, Saraland and Spanish Fort, the battle for the top spot in 6A Region 1. And tonight, Saraland on top 14-13 at the half. We'll come back to get you ready for quarter number 3 from the Hill in Toroland right after this here on Friday Night Rivals. You know, sometimes, Dan Brennan, games don't live up to the billing.
Yeah.
This isn't one of those.
You know, how about this? Halftime total yards, Saraland 163 and Spanish Fort 152. It's kind of cut right down the middle. Good football game. Well-coached teams. Good schemes, good execution.
Yeah, Saraland came out, jumped out to the 7-0 lead, then Spanish Fort with 2 touchdowns to take a 13-7 lead. That missed extra point, you always think that could loom huge, and then Saraland gets the late touchdown, and now they lead for 1. And I think here Jeff Kelly, you heard him talking there to Heather. He's got to feel good about where his team is at this time, and got it going here. And like you said, if you got big number 8, Jarrell Williams, use him.
Yeah, going to West Virginia, but before he goes there, he's going to score touchdowns in our neighborhood, and he did in the first half. And again, this McWilliams, 12 rushes, 53 yards, nothing spectacular, but boy, he is tough and competitive.
Yeah, in between those 2 Saraland touchdowns were the 2 impressive touchdowns by the Toros as well, and that brought the game. As I said, they had the lead, and now Saraland on top by 1, and you were just alluding to it, Dan. It was pretty evenly matched there. Total yards really close. First downs advantage for Saraland. They've moved the ball a little more. They've had longer fields, though. Toros had that short field, the 30-yard starting point made for a short run.
And you know what else has been good tonight is quarterback play. Both quarterbacks have been, nothing spectacular, but they're solid. They're engineering long drives. There you see Morris. He was a spark plug in the first half because Spanish Fort was not really running it well in the first quarter. But also look at Jarrell Williams, 5 catches, 84 yards. That's in one half of football.
Against a really good defensive team from Spanish Fort. So we'll see how this shakes out in the second half. And it is, again, it's the matchup we've been looking for. We were hoping it was going to be this type of game, and it certainly is. But Spanish Fort trailing by 1. Number 1 team in the state of Alabama for a reason, right?
Yes, indeed. This game is a long way from over. We could still see some ebbs and flows. But to this point, really even, and you got to give a lot of credit to a Saraland team who Jeff Kelly said to Heather, no, I don't feel great. But he probably does feel good. But they come across the bay, tough place to play, packed house in Spanish Fort, which is usually the case. A rowdy crowd, a big jumbotron, and nothing is phasing Saraland at this point.
Now, these Toros have been in a whole bunch of big games, especially here, and we'll see what the second half brings. Both teams out and about ready to get this one underway here in the third quarter. But first, let's find out what Coach Blackman had to say as Heather caught up with him coming back onto the field. Heather.
Yeah, guys, he said that there's still a second half of football to be played. We just got to play like the Toros play. That's exactly what he said. He's got to clean up that offense and make sure that they're crisp and cleaner, and the defense has got to be more tight. And, you're going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball, as much as they can. That's what they're going to do to get the win, guys.
Interesting to see if Carl Fontroy comes back out there in the secondary. He banged his knee with Matthew Milner, the tight end, and did not return to the game, and that would be a huge loss if the Toros do not have him in the secondary.
No, I agree, because again, you have a safety like that, a Division I safety. It's going to be that's going to be something that Jeff Kelly certainly is going to circle and attack Spanish Fort down the middle and deep where that safety would be.
He said coming into this game, both teams unbeaten in region play. Spanish Fort 4 times in the last 6 years under Ben Blackman, region champs. And what a run Ben Blackman has had here. Again, he's won the state championship, and then he's gone to the state championship 2 other times. So 3 times in 6 years has taken his team to play for the state title. And trying to do so again this year, and top-ranked team in 6A getting as Vic Lockett's grandmother or mother used to say, a tussle.
That'd be his mama.
His mama, okay.
Yeah.
A tussle.
You know,
For sure.
You watch this. You watch what we saw in the first half, Jim, and we've seen big momentum swings in games, and it's only a half, and I get it, but man, there's no indication that things are going to be a whole lot different here in the second half. Both teams look pretty solid.
Yeah, I don't think either team's going to radically change what they were trying to do in the first half.
Mm-hmm. They might if Fontroy's not in.
Correct. Yeah. And Spanish Fort will get it to start the second half. And the crowd is such a big part of these games here for the Toros. And Hunter Kirkland with the big leg. He'd like to put this one right in the end zone again, right down by the Big Toro football facility.
Yeah, you got a couple of players. You got a couple of teams with really good skilled players. If you can avoid a return, do it. Well, they're not going to right now.
Yeah, this one going to be short and picked up all the way at the 12 and out to about the 22-yard line is Aaron Threat, and this is where the Toro offense will come out. And Brendan Bird, their quarterback, so fun to watch. Decision making can hurt you through the air or take off and scramble. And he's not a guy who he doesn't get the happy feet and look to take off and run at any chance he gets. But when he does make that decision, we saw it's usually a big play.
Now he's a threat, and his passing is very accurate. Pinpoint passer, just a junior, and certainly one of the better quarterbacks in the two-county area down here.
Inside handoff up to about the 25-yard line. Chris Thompson, the sophomore linebacker, able to get in there and make the stop on Johnny Morris, who is he's got a touchdown in the first half. He's not been able to break off a big one that you always feel, though, in a game like this, it always seems like it's a matter of time before he does.
Yeah, I agree. And Morris was a difference maker in the first half, though. Had some good runs down around the goal line.
Up to the 25 here on 2nd and 8 for the Toros. Keep it on the ground. This is Godfrey. Don't make it Threat, and Threat going to pick up the first down up to the 42 as he picks up 17.
I guess what that's all about, Jim. That's all about halftime and Ben Blackman getting a hold of his team and saying, we will run the ball.
It's what we do.
That's what we do. And they ran it sporadically in the first half. I think he wants more. And then you get this.
Drug Education Council replay there showed the big run as that one's broken up again with good coverage back there. Willie Butler, the senior, 3 years a starter, and now he's got 6 pass breakups on the year.
I'm not sure that wasn't C.J. Mack on that one, but it might have been Butler. They were both back there. Really good coverage again.
All right, we'll give you a player of the game. We'll give you 3 players to choose from at the end of tonight's game here on 2nd and 10. Looking to the near side, pressure coming. Bird wrapped up, and he's going to be finished off as Trevor Pope had him, and then guess who came in to finish things off? Pope did a good job, the senior linebacker, to wrap him up and hold on to him. You can see the strength here of Bird trying to come free, and then Trayvon McAlpine comes over there to assist on the sack.
That is the end of your freedom right there.
And so a loss of 6 going to make it a 3rd and 16 here for the Toros, but Pope did a good job to hold on, and McAlpine finished him off. Bird scrambles out to the left, pressure coming now, flips it back, and that's incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Saraland secondary, and then they got some pressure on, didn't bring any extra pressure, and that sack just took them out of that drive, Dan Brennan.
They don't have to bring extra pressure. They've got the horses up front, and one thing about McAlpine, we've covered a lot of ballyhoo defensive linemen in the past. I don't know we've covered any that actually delivers and plays this hard.
I agree. He's going to be something special to watch on Saturdays, I think, too. Jarrell Williams stands back at his 30, and Fair catches this one at the 34. So I think one thing we are seeing here tonight, like we got two really good defenses out there on the field. Dan.
We do, because you can tell by, again, these teams offensively are coached so well. They've got really good talented players too. The fact that we're just at 14-13 and everything's got to be earned tonight.
This is only the second time this year that Spanish Fort has given up more than 10 points in a game, and Saraland did it in the first half. And so just 2 minutes into the third, Gabe Reynolds and company out here for the Spartans. Reynolds rolls out now. He's going to feel the pressure and flips this one over the head of C.T. Inkelberg, and that was a good, smart play just to throw that one away.
Yeah, a little pressure from Spanish Fort. Tit for tat. You're going to come get our quarterback. We're going to go get yours.
A little issue with the game clock here as we're down to 9:52 to go in the third. And 2nd and 10. Here for the Spartans. Flip out to the near side, nearly intercepted as it went off the hands of Jarrell Williams, and boy, went off his hands dangerous, and then the Toros were right there.
Yeah, Josh Mason was right there, and that's probably what caused the talented receiver to drop it, because he was looking at the company, that uninvited company around him, like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to escape this? And the ball simply gets dropped. But again, another good throw by the quarterback.
Third and 10 here. I think we might have had a penalty. We didn't see if they tried to kill intentional grounding, Dan Brennan.
Penalty on the play. Nails will receive it downfield. That penalty will be declined, and it'll bring up third down.
So another lineman trying to get downfield for a screen play.
Yeah, so all right. Having some issues, as I said, with our clock camera here. So 9:48 to go in the third. 3rd and 10. Reynolds fires that one up high, intercepted, picked off on the far side inside the 40, the 30, and out of bounds. Josh Mason, his 2nd pick of the year, and that one just airmailed over the intended receiver. And Mason, now there is a flag on the line of scrimmage. Drug Education Council replay.
It was late. It was after the pick right here. And some more bad news is Engelbert is really hobbled. He's been hobbling around out there a little bit, and it looks like whatever just happened made it a little bit worse.
Boy, Reynolds, I'm not sure if it was a miscommunication with his receiver or looked like he was kind of on his back foot a little bit there and launched that one up. And
he definitely was. It was his worst decision and throw of the night. And that's the thing about quarterback. You know, you got so much spotlight, the pressure on you. You got to be nearly perfect.
After change of possession, after the interception, had a personal foul on the team that intercepted Spanish Fort. That'll be a 15-yard penalty. From the spot of the foul, it'll be 1st down.
I wonder if that was maybe a blindside hit on the return.
Yeah, it was something like that. And Tim Dees really does a great job of explaining it all, doesn't he?
Really enjoy when he is our referee for the evening. So we saw Spanish Fort take advantage of a turnover in the first half with a 30-yard touchdown drive, and now they get the field position at the 41 with 9:38 to go here in the third. Still tough sledding on the right side. McAlpine, they're able to wrap up Johnny Morris for maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, you called it, Jim. Where is the big breakaway run by Johnny Morris? You see it almost every game, but you haven't seen it yet tonight. He hasn't been completely silent, but nothing probably over 8 yards.
So the 1st down run there picks up 1 for the Toros. Morris in the backfield with threat. Play clock inside 10, but plenty of time. Play action, pressure coming. Bird steps up. Now he's able to get around McAlpine, and he changes direction, and he's got the first down to the 25-yard line. It took a big hit right as he stepped out of bounds to the 24, pickup of 16 and first down.
He's kind of a sneaky good athlete, right?
I agree.
And maybe it's not as sneaky. Maybe just a period, he's a good athlete. There you go. But once he decides, okay, you know what? It's a little hot in here. I got to get out of the kitchen. Look at him run. Look at him make his decision. Gets the corner, around to the sideline. Takes a pretty good wallop, but he also gained a lot of yards.
Also smart business decision to cut away from McAlpine.
Yeah,
there.
No kidding. I'm going to avoid McAlpine after the game.
Now up to the 24. Toro's looking to regain the lead.
Something looked weird there, right?
Yeah, took a while to get that play going, and Morris.
Sorry, Jim, I thought there was going to be a whistle because it looked like a little malfunction on the line of scrimmage, but no flag down, I guess.
No gain on first down here. Actually lost a yard. Let's watch. It looked like maybe Bird had a little confusion.
Not sure what I saw initially, but
looked like maybe that quick shift by the Spanish Fort offense right after the snap.
Yeah, that might have been it. And whatever it was, it didn't work very well. A lot of penetration by Saraland.
2nd and 11. Pitch to Morris. Morris wrapped up. McAlpine got him low, but Morris able to roll ahead and pick up a few more.
I'll tell you what, if TCU gets a hold of this tape, they're going to be really pleased that they've offered McAlpine, and there might be some people around here in the
who try to maybe come in and make a late
a late overture.
3rd and 7. 7.5 to go in the third. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sideline. Our entire Friday Night Rivals crew tonight here in Spanish Fort. Low snap. Bird looking, waits for it to develop, hangs it up to the corner, and he's got the touchdown to Jake Godfrey. Wow, the patience on that play.
Boy, you saw just from our vantage point, Jim, we saw it perfectly open up that way, Godfrey.
But it's coming back.
Oh, wow.
Did not see that flag. At the 15-yard line. It was right at the feet of a host of Spartan players, and we didn't see it, but this touchdown is coming off the board.
Another dart.
Yeah, really well thrown ball. Tim
With
Dees.
an eligible receiver downfield on
Dang.
the offense, that penalty is 5 yards from the previous spot and replay 3rd down.
We've seen that from both teams, and that wasn't a screen, obviously. You wonder what's exactly going on.
And it took a little time for that one to develop, but it was really a great throw from Bird to Godfrey.
One-on-one in the corner. Godfrey had the angle, had the leverage.
And I love the throw that was to the outside. It was either Godfrey was going to get it or nobody.
It was a perfect throw. Let's see if we can make another one here.
So now we'll call it 3rd and 12 with 7:21 to go in the third. Morris goes in motion now. They want to set up a screen, it looks like. Bird running, pressure coming from McAlpine, and Bird tries to make a play and gets thrown down at the 25-yard line.
He did try to make a play there.
Yeah, and it's going to be 4th down here, and we'll see what Ben Blackman does. He'll see if he wants to send Lucas Bro out. But first, we'll tell you about Wendy's.
There they are.
We're going to try, so thanks to Wendy's and Andy Citron, injury attorney. So we're going to try a 41-yard field goal here for Lucas Bro to give the Toros the lead. Bro with the kick. Off the Friday Night Rivals banner, and it's good from 41. And Bro gives the Toros the lead by 2 with the 41-yard field goal. 16-14. Spanish Fort regains the lead here on Friday Night Rivals. Spanish Fort gets a 41-yard field goal there from Lucas Bro to regain the lead 16-14. Those are 3 big points to come out of that drive. Boy, you had the touchdown called back, taken off with an eligible man downfield, and to salvage 3 points there, huge.
That's a lot of confidence in the kicker, too, and he paid it off by drilling our camera, or at least pretty close.
This one down to C.J. Mack right at full speed up the far side across the 50. Will they catch him? Mack inside the 20, pulled down at the 15-yard line. 83 yards on the return for C.J. Mack.
Another twist in momentum here. Mack, really good straight line speed. You can see that. Didn't think he was going to get that far. It looks like he had a little traffic around the 50 or 40, but as it turns out, they didn't want anything of Mack.
Mack, the starting free safety. Every once in a while, jump over on the offensive side of the ball, and
you can see why.
Great hustle by Jalen Mason to pull him down, and now the Toros, with their backs pushed up against their own goal line here in Spanish Fort, just regained the lead, but Saraland, after the big return, now they've got great field position here.
That was a quickly tamped down celebration.
Reynolds, who had that bad interception on the last play, fires it up and off the hands. And they're going to, did they throw the flag? Williams calling for it. They did not. It's good coverage. They did throw a flag, but I don't think that's indicative of where.
Yeah, not in the area of the again.
Wow, we've seen that more tonight than we have maybe all year.
I'd like some explanation on this. What exactly are they seeing?
McConnell Collision Center flag here.
I mean, it's a slant. The play takes about 2 seconds.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Wow. Yeah, that was just as.
How could you get downfield?
A quick of developing play is you can have.
60. I think he wasn't. Oh yeah, look, he's all the way down there. I'll be darned.
And they give McWilliams will get a few of those yards back here and bring up second down for the Toros after a gain of 5. So put it at the 14-yard line. This game is seesawed back and forth. Saraland led 7-0, then 13-7. The Toros had the lead, looking for Jarrell Williams, and he dropped it. And a flag comes in this time, a McConnell Collision Center flag, as Josh Mason, who has the interception tonight, is going to get whistled for the pass interference here, I think. But, boy, Williams would love to have pulled that one down, Dan Brennan.
But there was so much contact before, and you could see, I think it's legit right there. I was a little bit worried with Williams on the ground and his hand exposed. Mason was reacting to the penalty and kind of stomping around a little bit. And I thought the last thing you want to see is a hand under a cleat.
Yeah. So
pass interference against the Toros.
Mason, who's had the tough assignment to go up against Williams again, as Dan said.
Pass interference on the defense. The penalty is half the distance and replay second down. Replay second down.
It'll be second and goal from the 7.
Hold on here. This is not a to-goal situation. Okay, so that's odd because it's not a to-goal situation. So second and 3 here. They can get a first down without the touchdown. McWilliams on the right side. Engelbert back in there. McWilliams bounces off 1 and falls to about the 5.
Somebody came flying up on that one. Again, with these Spanish Fort numbers, the font and the design, it's not really easy to tell who's who.
That's a kind way to describe how it is. Jarrell Williams was chasing there, and now third and about a yard. Right back to McWilliams, the left side this time, and the freshman is going to have the first down. It's first and goal coming up here for Saraland with 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. Our clock inoperable, our game camera clock here.
The clock at the stadium is working fine. Our coverage of it is not.
So first and goal. Well, they're going to measure. Okay. Maybe I was a little premature. I thought.
Officials timeout. for the measurement.
Oh boy, if it's not a first down here, how about this decision? Do you kick the field goal to regain the lead, or do you?
No,
we'll see.
I think if it's not a first down, you go for it.
Yeah, it's first down.
Yeah, there you go.
I thought it was pretty clear from up here.
Yeah, it seemed to be, right?
Yeah.
Ben Blackman keeping his cool.
Look who's lined up on the left side of the line at a tight end position. Number 95, Trayvon McAlpine.
Well, Jim, they're going to run it that way.
Saying it's not a decoy. Pitch does come to this side, and McReynolds dives for the pylon.
Just short.
And they're going to mark him
No, sir.
about 6 inches short, and now McWilliams, so they did go that way. Let's see who does a good job fighting off the block. Wow, you know, if the ball is in his left hand, I think he's able to break the plane, but it was in his right hand, and great job there by the Toros on pursuit.
He needed to have it
there.
He needed to have it in his right hand, so
and now a
he could
flag
knock loose.
Thrown. This has got to be on, I would think, on Ben Blackman on the near sideline, because it was over there. And I think you're also, if you're Ben Blackman, if you're trying to fire your team up or whatever it is, you're not going to really lose anything here. McConnell Collision Center. I mean, it's second and goal from the 6-inch line. So, but I'm not sure what Coach Blackman was so upset about.
Well, I was just talking about the shot on the sideline. A play earlier, he really had his composure. Something set him off on that play. And he's the sort of personality that is subject to a hot streak.
And you wonder if there's a little bit there trying to fire up your defense, because, again, you're really not going to loot.
During the play, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the defense. That's half the distance to the goal. Second down.
So it was on the 6-inch line. So maybe it wasn't on Ben. Maybe it was during but it sure where the flag came all the way over here. You thought it was. Out of the shotgun again, and going to keep it is the quarterback Reynolds, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. And then a little extra at the end there, but I think Wilson just battling there. But touchdown Saraland as they regain the lead.
Boy, nobody laying down in this one.
Motions running high, and after the long touchdown return, kickoff return by C.J. Mack, Saraland able to take advantage and regain the lead now 20-16 with a PAT coming from Hunter Kirkland. And Kirkland indeed has it, and it's 21-16 with exactly 4 minutes to go in the third. Saraland on the touchdown with a keeper by Reynolds. Regains the lead. As we said, it's been back and forth all night, and we've still got a quarter and a half to play here on the hill, and that's got the Saraland band happy on the far side. I want to thank McConnell Collision Center, reminding you, if you need your car repaired, you get to make the choice. Doesn't have to be who your insurance company says go to. Call McConnell Collision Center. Also the Drug Education Council. Thank you so much for their part of being a big part of Friday Night Rivals. And it's great to have them on board again this season. And it does have that heavyweight fight feel here tonight, does it not, Dan Brennan?
I mean, these programs are so comparable through the years. And you just knew it was going to be, the Saraland team's gotten a lot better since we saw them in game 2. No, we saw them in game 1, actually, against Theodore. They're growing up.
Kirkland sends this one into the end zone. And now we'll see Brendan Bird, the junior quarterback, lead the Toros back out here. 5 plays, 13 yards, 2.5 minutes. Gabe Reynolds keeps it and goes in for the touchdown. And boy, after throwing the interception, it had to feel nice to get the great field position to come back out there on the field for him.
Thank you, C.J. Mack,
Yep.
for a long kickoff return, which, again, kind of a surprise against Spanish Fort. You don't normally see a special teams play like that. But a team like Saraland, got to give them credit. They made the blocks, made the play.
Cooper Wilson comes in motion. Bird fired that one's low and off the hands of Godfrey, so it'll bring up second down. Boy, they had the matchup. They had Godfrey on a linebacker there, which you love that if you're the Toros.
Yeah, safety came up, though, and I think that kind of threw Bird off a little bit. Like, oh, it's not as open as I thought it was going to be, and he ends up throwing it more toward the turf.
2nd and 10 play action. Look to the near sidelines. Now wants to go down the far sidelines, and it's broken up. Willie Butler. And now Willie Butler, hopefully he hops up as he was looking a little shaken up on that play. Butler, good coverage man over there. His 7th pass breakup of the season.
Yeah.
3-year starter.
Saraland DBs can run all day, can't they? And a lot of experience back there, too. Throw slightly underthrown, and if it is, Butler's going to make you pay.
Trayvon Reed, speedster, a junior on the outside. Now 3rd and 10 here for the Toros. Bird wants to keep it, and he's going to get maybe 2, and it's going to bring up 4th down here for the Toros with 3:38 to go in the 3rd.
That size along the defensive line is almost like a college defense. And they're good players, too. Law, McAlpine.
Yeah, Paramore 265 coming in there, and Jimmy Bird, senior, playing over there as well. And now Jarrell Williams will stand about midfield.
Watch out for him.
Bird gets off a good kick. Williams takes it at the 40 and steps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. So it will be good field position, but a good job by Bird to get as much on that punt as he could. All right, so we asked earlier, we said, all right, only one other coach at Saraland and 3 others here at Spanish Fort. You got a Saraland guess?
I don't have a Saraland guess.
He was there 1 year, John Holman.
Okay.
He was there. And then, a late hit going to be called against Spanish Fort. And now Barry Gibson.
Right.
Started things here.
He did.
Bryant Vincent, who's now at UAB.
Yes, he is. He came down from Greenville.
Now, and Mark Freeman up at Thompson. And he had a great run here. And so, some coaches who... So they whistled that. They announced that against late hit, a personal foul against Spanish Fort, but it had to be against Saraland at the end of the play because it backed Saraland up.
They initially had really good field position, not so much now.
Yeah, now they're back to the 31. Reynolds looking to throw up the far side. Diving is Milner, and it's going to be incomplete.
Had him open. They've got a pretty good troop of receivers here. Milner's a good one. Engelbert's very good. And, of course, the 2 Williams guys can really fly. But most certainly Jarrell, the senior, heading to West Virginia, number 8.
Remind me to update you on Barry Gibson, the first head coach here at Spanish Fort. And there's Williams with the move, and good job, good coverage. Sticking right on him was Mason. So Barry Gibson was the coach here, but now he's the current lead vocalist for the local oldies band, Doc Rogers and the Rock Dodgers.
I've seen they did a video down on Fairhope Pier. I didn't know that was Barry.
Rumors they may open for the Stones in Atlanta. 3rd and 6. Reynolds rolls out, fires it right to the sticks, make it a move. This is the freshman Ryan Williams. And he came back. We'll see where the forward progress is marked. I think he's going to be just shy of the first down, Dan Brennan.
This is kind of a decision right here. They're at near midfield, about the 42. They're a little short of the first down. What do you do?
Boy, they're going to be maybe they're going to be a full yard short. As the Drug Education Council replay with exactly 2 minutes to go. Williams trying to make something happen there, and
you know, the pursuit by Spanish Fort, you got to salute it on a play like that, because the moves he made, he could have easily gotten that first down, but the wave of black shirts just kept coming, and it looks like Saraland will punt.
See, they're down to 3 on the play clock. Tyshawn Calvin, did they get the snap off? They didn't, but did they take a timeout?
Spanish Fort call a timeout for some reason?
Timeout, Toros.
Wow.
So I wonder if they were maybe worried about, but boy, the play clock was all the way down to 1. They barely got the snap off.
Spanish Fort was worried about their alignment.
Now, if you're Jeff Kelly, do you rethink things? Do you think, okay?
Well, Spanish Fort may have seen something where they were rethinking it right there, you know? We assumed they were punting, but I don't think Spanish Fort was really completely sure.
Because they did snap it all the way back. It wasn't like a snap to the up man. They did snap it all the way back to Jack Smith.
Okay.
So now if you're Jeff Kelly, Jack Smith has got a huge leg, and he can really launch him. And it looks like they will send the punt team back out. So remember this one too, that timeout. We're in there with a minute 35. Again, our game clock got whacked by something here at Spanish Fort, so it's not operating. So we'll keep you up to date on what is happening from a clock standpoint. With a minute 35 to go here in the third. Jack Smith with a high punt, and Godfrey calls for a fair catch at the 27.
At the Toro 27-yard line.
So the way your defense has been playing for most of the game, you try to flip the field here. So keep the Foo in football thanks to Foosackly's. They're, of course, hand-breaded tenders, and their sauces all are house-made. You can order online, enjoy a snack, a box, a salad, or a tray. Foosackly is perfect for any occasion. Nothing easier for college game day, sit in front of the TV, picking up some Foosackly's.
Got a lot of good games tomorrow, Jim. I'm going to end my night at it to Hancock Whitney Jags.
Yeah. Start to finish. You got the whiteout going at
yes.
Hancock Whitney tomorrow night. Morris up to the 33 before Cam Lafitte, the sophomore, wrapped him up there.
He's a good middle linebacker, number 10. As you mentioned, just a 10th grader. Really pursues well.
And really, started, he was platooning there with Santi McWilliams on the offensive side.
That's right.
Earlier this season, and now is kind of settled in at that linebacker spot as we are a minute remaining now in quarter number 3. Godfrey in motion. Rolling out. Pressure. Bird wrapped up. Flips this one in the air. Is that a lateral? And loose it is, and it goes out of bounds as, we had a meeting back there with Trayvon McAlpine, and Bird did a good job to get rid of that one. And Jermaine Paramore is slow to get up for Saraland, and you hate to see that with that big young man there.
Yeah, there's just a meeting of all these bodies in one spot. Of course, they were all trying to get to Bird, which they did, and really affected his throw.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge loss, Dan, because that's a fumble out of bounds on the far side, and it's going to bring up third and about 16. It goes all the way back to the 24-yard line. We'll call it 3rd and 15 officially, with 45 seconds to go here in the third as they continue to look at Paramore.
Jim, how well has the Saraland defense played tonight?
Yeah, they've
been really good.
And I think what Coach Kelly said to Heather there, he said, hey, when you got a quarterback like Brandon Bird over there, he's going to make some throws. He's going to make some plays. You know that you're not going to be able to shut down a player of his magnitude, and he certainly has made that here. But, yeah, they gave up the one touchdown drive again that was 30 yards after the turnover.
Yeah, got the touchdown called back.
Yep.
They've contained him pretty well. And what they've done, Jim, is they've made him very uncomfortable. He's taken off when he really didn't want to. He's been hit more times than we can remember.
And 3rd and 15. They've got to get it all the way almost to the 39-yard line here for a first down. 45 seconds to go in the third. Bird fires, and that was behind Trayvon Reed. And Bird's going to have to punt here again, you would guess, with 4th and long coming up. So now the Toro is going to ask their defense to hold again like they did on that last drive.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that he threw it that wide was, again, Cam Lafitte. He was in the way, and if he throws that more accurately to the receiver, it could be a pick to Lafitte.
So he being Brendan Bird, going to stand at his own 10, and Jarrell Williams at the Toro 45 to receive this punt. Been a lot of low punts tonight, and pressure coming, and this is a great kick. High punt's going to chase Williams all the way back to the 30. Jarrell Williams trying to turn the corner to get to the outside. He does, and he's going to get right at midfield, and he's going to get 15 more at the end as that hit came. Oh, wow, I can't believe they didn't throw a flag on that one. Looks like he was well out of bounds when he got hit there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I know he was way out of bounds, but he certainly was on. We got a good look at it. He was on the out of bounds side of the line.
And so it does not look like a penalty game. You can send an email to us up here in the booth. And no penalty at heyguys@utv44.com, and that would include Heather as well. It would include Heather if you want a question for Heather. Reach out to us, and we will try to answer those throughout the game here. So at the 45, good field position, but boy, you certainly thought that was going to get more added to it. Now they're going to do a little reverse here. It's coming all the way around the side. Ryan Williams, and Ryan Williams gets to the 40, still on his feet, stayed inbounds. So all of that to gain 5. Ryan Williams was calling for blocks downfield, but he had more immediate problems with the Toros chasing him down
yes, he did.
right in front of him. And that will bring the third quarter to a close. So we are through 3 here on the hill. Saraland on top, 21-16. It's been a great matchup of 2 unbeaten teams here in the region, and the fourth quarter comes up right after this on Wendy's Friday Night Rivals. Three quarters in the books here in Spanish Fort. Saraland on top, 21-16. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy down on the sidelines. 2nd and 6, and that's going to be a penalty, and looks like going to back Saraland back up. Hey, a couple scores to pass along. Daphne all over Alma Bryant, 48-0. UMS was down 20-7.
Snap infraction on the offense.
To Faith Academy, and now they lead 21-20 in that one. Baker all over Murphy, 61-19. There we look at what happened in the third quarter and update you. Reynolds, 9-18, 118 yards. Yards have been hard to come by tonight, and a negative play here as McReynolds nowhere to go, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long. Gulf Shores leads Citronelle 28-7. 24-21. McGill leads Baldwin County in the 4th. Fairhope beats Mary G 45-6 tonight. Blunt leading Robertsdale 46-7. And now it's 27-26 UMS over Faith Academy. 42-6 St. Michael's all over W.S. Neal. 3rd and 11 here for Saraland. Reynolds steps up the pocket, then throws it behind Williams on the far side, and Spanish Fort's defense forces a very big 3 and out here.
Yeah, Happy Feet making Jeff Kelly kind of sad because he had a receiver out there who wasn't guaranteed for a first down, but maybe some yak yards, and he gets it, but Reynolds releases that ball while his feet are in motion, and it's just wildly off to the left.
So the Toros do a great job after the really good field position to force the 3 and out. Jack Smith, the soon-to-be Clemson punter, sends Godfrey back, and Godfrey lets it bounce and to the 6-yard line. A 42-yard net punt there by Jack Smith. And give us a chance to tell you about more of our great partners here, including Greer's, that new awesome St. Louis market downtown. Thanks to Greer's for being a part of Friday Night Rivals yet again. Barrow Fine Furniture, and also the Alabama Orthopedic Group. To our pregame show there each and every week before the season. That airs at 6:30 before our contest here. And 11:06 left here in the third. Bird and the Toros backed up, shadow their own Jumbotron, and pressure coming. Bird steps up in the pocket, able to deliver, and he's going to have the first down all the way out near the 25-yard line. Pickup of 18 for Godfrey, but hold on, there's a flag down at the 11. Ineligible man downfield. And is it the RPOs that are causing maybe the issue?
Maybe so. On that one, it really could have been, and there was pressure in his face, so it delayed everything.
So you see downfield.
Receiver downfield on the offense. Yeah. That's half the distance, and replay second down.
When you consider going backwards, that's a big penalty right there. That was a nice offensive play.
Yeah, it was out to the 25.
Yeah.
And so now you're backed up even more to the 3.5-yard line here. We'll stay first down.
Yeah, that's the hidden problem with the RPOs, right? You don't know if you're going to run it or pass it, and neither do your linemen.
So from inside the end zone, Bird to about the 5 as he's wrapped up there. And good to see Jermaine Paramore, 69, back out there for Saraland after he hobbled off in the third quarter. We're a minute and a half into the fourth. Again, our game clock has gone wonky here in the second half. And 21-16 where we're at. Saraland has the lead over Spanish Fort. Toros ranked number 1 in 6A, unbeaten. Saraland on a bit of a roll. They've won 4 in a row after losing the first 2. Spanish Fort has dominated this series. They've won 8 of the 10 matchups, including 2 games last year, 1 in the region and 1 for a chance to go to the state championship. Inside handoff and to about the 15. Johnny Morris going to bring up a third and very manageable here now for the Toros.
Quick trap block up front, and that's when Morris can really bite you. And he does. He got that hold. Look at that lateral.
Cooper Wilson coming over to throw the nice block there.
Lateral movement that he's got. He can turn a little into a lot real quick.
3rd and a yard for the Toros. Bird gives it off in the first down. Had here and almost way more. That was Johnny Morris, who C.J. Mack had him down around one of those skinny ankles. Because we've seen a lot of those plays in Johnny Morris' career go from looks like 6 to
60.
Correct.
And really good blocking. The Spanish Fort offensive line, Jim, totally committed. They know what they're doing. It's not an RPO. It's not a this. It's not. We're running the football. And they met the challenge right there against a very good Saraland defense.
BLP paints school colors. Cam is... This also gives the Toros just some breathing room, too, as Godfrey goes in motion. Pitch on the far side, and it's going to get out to about the 34-yard line. Gain of about 7, maybe 8 on that one. Boy, Godfrey's fun to watch, isn't he?
He's a really good athlete. Not a big guy, but really good player. Also interesting is these drives are more and more methodical. They take a lot of execution to go this far down the field. We get it, but if they're able to get first down after first down, they're going to be running the clock on themselves a little bit. They're down 5.
Up the middle, there's Morris, and he's going to take it into Spartan territory. He'll pick up 15 all the way up to the 47.
Well, that as good as Saraland's been tonight, they wiped him out there. Offensive line, great job, Morris.
Yeah. Justin Roberson did a great job to hang on for the tackle there in the back of Morris. And Saraland, I think they want to catch their breath on, on defense a little bit here, because we've seen, now just kind of a straight at you, mindset here.
No doubt, and getting results, right? And this is where Bird can really hurt you. Now you've got the run coming downhill at you a little bit. You're reacting to that. Play action, run and or pass. Bird, when he's accurate, he's really accurate. They've got some weapons on the outside, so just keep an eye on that possibility right here around midfield.
Johnny Morris grinding it out here tonight, 77 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. And we've seen Bird find some soft spots in the middle of the field here tonight as well.
Yeah, he's also taking some shots down the sideline. Bird can be really dangerous. I know he's not lit it up tonight, but he's a really good competitive player, and he's going to factor into what happens here coming down the stretch big time.
So fresh downs here for the Toros with 2 backs. They got Threat and Morris back there, and give it off to Morris, and now pressure coming, and Keaton Law drops him all the way back at the 41-yard line. Looks like some miscommunication before the handoff.
Yeah, and certainly it looked like Morris and Bird were not on the same page. Bird was looking for Morris to come off a different shoulder to hand it to him.
We're gonna mark the forward progress to the 45, but
almost like a quarterback sack.
Yeah,
lose 7 yards on that play.
2nd and 17 with 7:39 left. Give it to Morris, and Haw is there again, as you saw the Spartans really kind of push everybody up toward the line of scrimmage pre-snap.
You notice that too. They had just one high safety. That was it. Everybody else committed to the run, and there's the evidence. Morris doesn't get much.
And now 3rd and 16 from the 46. This has been back and forth all night. 7-0 Spanish Saraland, 13-7 Spanish Fort, 14-13 Saraland, 16-14 Spanish Fort, and now 21-16 Spanish Fort with the lead.
Saraland.
No, Saraland with the lead. Yeah, Saraland comes up with a sack here as Bird could not get away from Cam Lafitte, the sophomore. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And, boy, that huge loss of 7 yards. And now you're going to have to punt the ball because I think if it's 4th and manageable, you're Ben Blackman thinking, all right, we might go for it here near midfield. But now you're 4th and forever.
Yeah, look at that pressure again, Jim. And that's Lafitte that time. On the blitz. It is. He's got good speed.
Yeah, Law came in there as well. And Bird, this one he'll stop at about the 22 and drop out of bounds. And now 6 minutes and 8 seconds left. Take a timeout here halfway through the 3rd. Spanish Fort trailing Saraland. Spartans going to get the ball back here on Friday Night Rivals. .608 left in this one. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Heather Healy on the sideline. Saraland on top 21-16. They just got the ball back, and Heather's down on the Spanish Fort sideline. Heather.
Yeah, and the number one word to describe this sideline right now with 6:08 to go is intensity. These kids are all locked in. They're ready to play till that clock strikes 0, and it is not over till the clock strikes 0. That is what they are saying all throughout the sidelines, guys.
Cole McConaughey had the intensity there as he drops Santi McWilliams for a 5-yard loss on 1st down.
Good-looking young player, right?
Yeah, just a
sophomore. 6'6", 220 on the edge.
His 5th tackle for a loss.
Look at that. Look at that. Sophomore.
And now it really puts Saraland behind the sticks. Reynolds wants to air it out up the far side, looking for Williams, and he's got it at midfield.
He had a one-on-one out there, Jim. He's a really good player.
30-yard pickup. the West Virginia commit.
I was just wondering right now, like, how are these Saraland stars and specialty players going to play a role in them winding this game down? And Williams certainly comes to mind. He's a big-time player. And, yeah, Reynolds looks for him, and he finds him.
Inside, give McWilliams. Nothing there, and going to bring up 2nd and 10. But now Dan mentioned on that last drive that the clock becoming an issue for Spanish Fort. Spanish Fort has 2 timeouts left. They called that one right before that punt. Remember, Dan?
Yep.
So they only have 2 timeouts left, and we're inside 5 minutes to go. Reynolds, little rollout. Now he wants to go up top looking for Williams again, and it's overthrown. And single coverage back there, but good job stride for stride with Williams. I think it was Mason who was back there. Look at the night Williams has had. He had 5 catches in the first half. Now 3rd and 10.
He's been good every night we've seen him.
Yep, big frame.
Great kid.
Oh, was on our pregame show week 1. Great parents.
Yep.
And 3rd and 10.
Mom's a coach on the Saraland athletic department, I believe.
Boy, and if you're Saraland, you're thinking we do not want to give the ball back to Spanish Fort. We've seen that movie so many times. Teams playing the Toros, rolling out, firing it off to the near side and complete, coming back to the ball. Where's the spot going to be? That's going to be from this side. The spot is going to be short by about a yard.
Wow. Let's see if they come across the.
Ryan Williams came back here. They're not even going to measure. They're going to say.
That's good play by Gabe Reynolds.
Yep. And you know what? That's a good spot we saw by the officials there. That's a good spot. So 4th and less than a yard, and that was the freshman Ryan Williams with the catch there.
All right. Can you get a yard?
4:20 in the clock running. They bring the extra blocker in. They give it to McWilliams, and the freshman is going to do just that. So a big play by the freshman there to go off the left side. They brought in the extra blocker. And now we approach 4 minutes, 4:12 to go. 2 timeouts.
Jim, if they can get McWilliams going again, 4 here, 4 there.
Yep.
Now, you don't need a burst, but if you can run it right here, you're really doing damage to the remaining time on the clock.
Not sure why the clock hasn't started yet after the first down. Rolling in the middle and pulling the ball down is Reynolds, and Gabe Reynolds gets 1. And a good job to wrap that ball up, because see what Reynolds has done here. 12 of 22, 158 yards, but he's also pulled it down a few times when he's needed to. And he's got 1 touchdown on the ground tonight.
I think they're doing the right thing right here, taking their time with the play clock around 15. No big hurry. That play clock also represents the time that's coming off the game clock, which is now around 3:30.
McWilliams on the left side looking for some blocks in front, but none there. And again, it's McConaughey who wraps him up, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. And the Toros will take a timeout here. That'll be their 2nd timeout, so they have one left.
This could become an old-fashioned field position game, because if they don't get the first down here from where they are, and if it's 10 yards to go, do you try to punt them back inside their 10?
Yeah, it's a tough pooch punt.
Yeah, it is, but it would leave Spanish Fort, and the offense really hasn't revved it up tonight.
Yep.
90 yards to go, or this is all hypothetical, obviously, but
so 3rd and 10 coming up, 3:19 remaining. Big matchup here in 6A Region 1. The winner tonight has the inside track to win the region, and I want to thank Herc Reynolds. We'll have some no shortage of players to nominate for our players of the game here tonight.
Kind of goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yep, and BLP Paints and Fusakli is also a part of our broadcast. So 3rd and 10 coming up here after the Toro timeout. Milner, the tight end, he has got good size as well and really good hands. They look for him in some key situations. Keep thinking about Engelbert, number 5, as well, and he goes in motion and goes out. Pressure coming, rolling out. Reynolds finds the open man. He's got the first down as it's Reynolds going to Williams, who slides inside the 20 to protect the ball, and it's first down, Saraland.
Wow, what a play, huh? And what a heads-up play by Williams, not only settling in the zone and making the catch, but then...
Watch the pressure come here, too, Dan.
Watch him slide.
And so
he just slides to the left like he's been doing it all his life.
And the clock will start up now, again, once they get the chain set for the first down. And Saraland driving inside the 20.
Heavy dose of runs now.
Indeed. It's the freshman McWilliams, breaks a tackle inside the 15, and now there's a late flag dropped on the far side.
It could have been a face mask, Jim.
It looked like it was behind the end of the play, though, because he had gotten down inside the 15, and the flag is back at the 18.
Maybe that's where the ref was standing when he saw the infraction. Might not have as much to do with it.
That's what it was. Good
Okay.
eye, Dan Brennan. McConnell Collision Center flag on the play. And that was the 15-yard line, so that's going to set up a 1st and goal.
And half the distance to the goal line.
With 2:39 to go, Tim Dees.
Face mask on the defense, half the distance, first down.
2:39 remaining. Let's take a look here at our Drug Education Council instant replay. Yep, that was the face mask, Jabril Snowden, and then McWilliams able to plow ahead for a few more. And now we're down to 2:25 remaining. Inside, McWilliams nowhere to go, as McConaughey was there again.
What did Spanish Fort stop the clock here, or did they do it right there? They did. Spanish Fort used one of their 3 timeouts.
I think that's our last timeout.
Wow, so that is incorrect.
Yeah, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Because remember, they used the one right before the punt in the third quarter. Then they just used one on the last series of this drive, and now this one. So I think that's their final timeout. And so they bring the defense over, thinking maybe try to strip that ball away and get a turnover here.
Well, if that's their final timeout, that leaves them in a tough spot right here. 2nd down, and
it's 1st and goal. That they haven't updated the down marker over there. No, they just ran that one, so it's going to be right.
2nd and goal.
Yep, 2nd and goal from the 7.
So you just let that play clock go all the way down after the 2nd down and 3rd down. Where would that leave you, Jim? Closer to a minute?
Yeah, maybe closer to 30 seconds. If you get 30, so you're going to get. It's going to be down. You figure it's going to be around 1:30 when you snap it on 3rd down. And then, yeah, somewhere around a minute. Reynolds looks over here. First clock stopped after that timeout. Play clock now down, approaching at 5. And Reynolds looking to throw, fires it to the corner in front of the pylon, and is it complete? I'm going to say it's say incomplete. That stops the clock.
Wow.
Well, he was open. He was open too.
Yeah, I think
threw it a little short, maybe.
He did. He short-armed it a little bit.
Yeah, was trying to go to Engelbert there. So that stops the clock with 2:05 left.
Wow.
Oh, you're thinking we win it here with a completion and a touchdown. Everybody's thinking they're going to run the ball, and now you stop the ball. stop it. But you're still also thinking, hey, we're going to get 3 out of worst case scenarios. Saraland's going to take a timeout.
But that Jumbotron is like playing in a thunderstorm.
So look at what Saraland has coming up after tonight. They started with the 2 big, really highly ranked teams in 7A and lost there. Then they ran off 4 in a row. That season-turning win that we saw here on Friday Night Rivals against McGill. They were down
25-10
in the fourth quarter at McGill. Came back to win that game. Then they had to grind it out against a tough Baldwin County team who's been in a lot of games this year. Then they kind of got it rolling a little bit. Beat Blunt, beat Davidson, but this is a big one here tonight. And boy, it's not going to be an easy game next week with Gulf Shores coming up here, but up to Saraland. But that's why tonight's game's so key. You knock off whoever wins this game, you feel you are in the driver's seat to win the region. And like we said, Spanish Fort did that last year. They beat Saraland. And then what that allowed them to do is have home field advantage in the semifinal game here in late November, a monsoon. And Spanish Fort won that game 13-7 to go to state. And so Spanish Fort does not have an easy schedule down the road. They've got Blunt, who's struggling, Citronelle again, and they got McGill, who's, won again tonight against Baldwin County, and then the non-region matchup against Daphne to end the year.
Big rivalry game, though.
Yep.
So that won't necessarily, no matter what it looks like on paper, that won't be easy.
So 3rd and goal, with 2:05 to go. Reynolds looking to throw again, wants it to the corner of the end zone, and he's got Williams for the touchdown.
Easy. That's a really good player. That's a Big 12 player. You try to guard him with a good high school player. Sometimes it works out just like that.
Reynolds
advantage Saraland
with the touchdown pass. And it's 27-16 with a point after coming with exactly 2 minutes left in this one. And it's good, and Saraland now leads by 12 with 2 minutes to go. I would say don't change the channel yet because we have seen some incredibly wild finishes here on the hill. But look at this here on 3rd and goal.
Beats him easily too, doesn't he?
Got a step back there, and he's got the big target, and Williams comes up. Is that his 3rd touchdown catch?
I believe it is.
Tonight, and
he's just gotten better and better every year. To this point, he's the marquee player.
Yeah, for sure. But there's 2 minutes left here, a 2-score game. And Saraland trying to knock off the top team in 6A. Again, this has been a rivalry dominated by Spanish Fort. They've won 8 of the 10 meetings all time.
Ranked number 1. They had them at home. On paper it was like, a couple of good teams, but the really good one is Spanish Fort. Well, that's not the way it's played out here tonight.
I think a couple of things, we talked beforehand that Gabe Reynolds was going to have to play really well at quarterback tonight for Saraland. I think he's done that. He's made the plays. He's had some mistakes, but then I think just that defensive front for Saraland tonight has really kind of thwarted a lot of the things that Spanish Fort is really good at on offense.
Yeah, we weren't necessarily counting on that. That's a good bunch up front, and they've played really well.
Jake Godfrey trying to get to the outside. Making move after move, breaks a tackle, and brought down at the 28-yard line with 1:49 to go. So if you're Spanish Fort here, got to get a quick score, and you got to get an onside kick.
You do, and so Godfrey's one of your weapons offensively.
You got a lot of speed on the outside. You got to have time to get the pass off as well. And so there's that scoring drive. 76 yards, 11 plays. Took 4 minutes off the clock, and pre-snap infraction here. And you can hear the Saraland expand all the way across the field from where we're at.
Oh, it's a good night to be on that side of the stadium, isn't it? They are excited, looking forward to their ride.
So that was
across the bay.
Certainly may have 12 on the field. 5 yards before the snap. Saraland with just 3 up on the line, and Bird fires it off, able to get this one complete. It's going to be the first down out to the 47-yard line. Cooper Wilson with a first down. The clock stops momentarily after the first down. 1:39 left here. And 1:30 and the clock is running. Morris goes out wide. Bird steps up looking, fires it over the middle, and he's got it complete. And that's going to be another first down.
Yes, complete to Godfrey.
Godfrey has it, so I think are they saying, did he catch that or not, Dan Brennan? I'm going to say no. I thought it looked like it may have been not caught. The officials got together and said, nope, that was not complete. Godfrey sold it. Got up quickly and tried to get to the line. So down to 1:20 left here on 2nd and 10 here for the Toros. They need 2 scores. And now it's going to back them up 5 more. They went on a little hard count, but there was movement on the left side of the Toro line. 2nd and 15 here on the McConnell
Dead
Collision
ball,
Center.
false start, offense.
You know, you're talking about player of the game or players of the game or whatever you want to say, but McAlpine and that defensive front,
yeah, boy,
they have affected the quarterback and affected everything that Spanish Fort has tried to do tonight, right?
I agree. Flip to the far side, going to be incomplete. It's going to stop the clock here.
It's another one of those routes where, you know, it takes a lot of execution, but it's like the player is running parallel to the quarterback rather than kind of looping his way out.
So 3rd and 15 with 1:16 coming up here for the Toros. Bird wants to get a chunk play, fires over the middle, tipped up in the air, almost intercepted as it was batted up, and Maurice Davis almost had a chance at that one, which would have sealed it.
More a little friendly fire on the hit there over the middle.
Yeah.
2 Saraland players collide.
So this could seal it right here.
Watch this collision.
Goes off the helmet of Davis, and then Cam Lafitte, the sophomore, was there. So here's 4th and 15 with 1:09 left, Dan Brennan. This could be the ball game. Bird looks, fires, and incomplete, complete, but well short of the sticks. And that was 4th down. That's going to do it. What a performance by the Spartans on the road here tonight. An upset in 6A Region 1. Saraland comes over to Spanish Fort and just stopped them on downs here with 1:01 to go. And they'll just have to take a couple of knees here on these snaps, and Saraland going to win 5 in a row.
Remember the bitter taste it was for the Saraland last year when Spanish Fort came across and beat them at their place?
And then in the semifinals here.
Right.
They were.
But we televised that game last year. And it was just like a kind of a feeling that Spanish Fort was saying to Saraland, you can't beat us. Well, they beat them tonight. So on the hill.
They will just have to snap it one more time. And Saraland going to get a huge win, going to knock off the #1 team, Spanish Fort.
Well, as to Heather's question at halftime, now Jeff Kelly does feel great.
held him to 3 points in the second half.
Yes, he did.
And they will not have to snap it again. What a win for Saraland here tonight on the road. And again, they had struggled against this Spanish Fort juggernaut of a program, but they get the win here tonight. But you're going to hear from Spanish Fort a lot more throughout the rest of the season and the playoffs. Don't sell the Toros short. Here, two good teams matching up tonight. 6A Region 1. It's Ben Blackman over there congratulating. Went over there and gave a nice little slap on the back to Jarrell Williams, the big night he had here tonight. And what a game.
Oh, yeah, really, really good.
I mean,
and you're right. You know, that defense by Saraland holding Spanish Fort to 3 points in the last 2 quarters of this game. They were dominant.
You know, you kind of thought it might have to be maybe a shootout a bit, but you know, Jeff Kelly talked in the pregame show about our defensive line has played really well this year. They really have. And Trayvon McAlpine, a big part of that throughout the year, of course, and then he played great tonight, and they just really took away a lot of, like we said, a lot of what Spanish Fort is usually able to do.
We might have been a little surprised, Jim, because we saw them play very well, but it was against a Blunt team that has been discombobulated all year. You know, they don't really have an offensive identity. So that shutout we might have dismissed a little bit, but when you watch it tonight on this stage against this team, that's a great effort.
All right, let's go down to Heather. She's got the victorious Coach Jeff Kelly.
All right, Coach, 5th win in a row. Yep. You knock off the #1 team in the state on the hill. That's got to feel good.
We don't really care about the ranking. They were #1 in the state, and they're a good team. They're a great program. We've got a lot of history with them. All right? We've got a good football team. Nobody has given our kids credit, and they've continued to fight, continue to grow. I'm so proud of our guys and the way they played and the way they competed, perseverance they played with, snap in and snap out. It's a 48-minute battle. You know, Spanish Fort's a great team. They're going to make, you know, a lot of, they'll make a run this year. All right? But I'm so proud of our guys. All right, it's a big game in our region. We wanted to come over here because it was an important game because it was the next game. It was a region game. We want to go in every single week and go play our best football and get a little bit better. You know, and we've been doing that. A lot of people wrote us off early in the season, and we got a bunch of young guys, and they just kept playing.
The growth that you've had, this is the 4th time that you've been on here in the past 7 weeks. So the growth that you've had from your defense and offense, talk a little bit about that.
You know, we're 7 games in. And so the guys that opened the season without the experience, that were green, that were getting into it new, now they've got 7 games under their belt. So there's no excuses. It just comes down to executing. It comes down to doing the things you got to do to be successful. Playing good ball, not making the big mistakes, overcoming all the bad stuff that happens in the course of the game, having maturity. You can't win a game like this on the road without a mature football team. And so our guys are doing that. We're, you know, maybe somebody give us a little bit of credit now.
For this game right now, how are you going to take this going forward into the season?
Biggest game of the year is next week. All right, that's the way we approach it. You know, we told our guys, you know, this game that we played tonight is huge because it's the next one on the schedule. And so our kids are really, that's the ownership that they've taken in the week-by-week process. And so we'll have another big region game next week against Gulf Shores. We got to have a great plan. We got to have a great week of practice, and we got to keep getting better. You know, if this is the highlight of our season, then what have we done? You know, this better not be the highlight of our season. We got to keep grinding to get better each and every week.
24-hour rule to celebrate?
We may go 26 hours tonight, so this is a good one. We'll get a couple extra hours.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for having us.
Guys.
A very happy Jeff. And, you know, again, we knew how big it was. See Tommy Hicks down there in the field. Wow, that really speaks to the how big this game was. Boy, what a great night we had here at Spanish Fort, and you could see it was even. It was even, like we talked about, back and forth all night. Big night for Jarrell Williams with 10 receptions, 153 yards. Gabe Reynolds, a big night. But in that second half, boy, just 3 points. You don't see a Spanish Fort team get held to 3 points in the second half of a game very often.
You know, that was a really interesting interview with Jeff, and I'm glad we went into, extended it, allowed him to get his thoughts out there. And one couple of things that Jeff had to say, and the way he had to say them too, you probably noticed as well, his team's not getting credit. Well, who's not giving him credit? So he's laying out there for somebody, maybe the press, maybe some other coaches. What if somebody was in his crosshair? Maybe me, but somebody was in his crosshairs there. And the other thing, he said, yeah, well, the rankings said they're number one. There's no way that they practice all week at Saraland thinking we're going to lose to Spanish Fort. I think exactly the opposite. He brought a team over here with a plan they were confident in, because they played with confidence.
Yep.
A plan they were confident in, and a very winnable, attitude. Like, we can win this game. And you have to give credit to this young team. Young in a lot of spots. Now, well, you have the big horses up front. McAlpine, he's a senior. And some of those defensive linemen are too. But in any event, they came believing they were going to win. Look, he's talking to them right now. And they won.
We talked about this was a rivalry been dominated by Spanish Fort, winning 8 of the 10 previous matchups. So that was a big win. But I also really liked one of the last things Coach Kelly said, in addition to extending the celebration for Saraland to 26 hours officially instead of 24.
Yes, yeah.
But he said, if this is it, then what have we done? And that's when you have a program like a Spanish Fort or a Saraland, you have to put these wins in perspective, because beating Spanish Fort in week 7. That's not the ultimate goal for this team.
Not for teams like this, right? Not for programs like this. We talk about this all the time, Jim. That you've got high school football teams, and you've got some select high school football programs.
Yep.
Programs are much more sustainable. They're good year in, year out. They're not always as great every year, obviously. That's left up to Alabama. But what they are very competitive and very prideful the entire season. We saw a lot of pride on the field tonight, right?
Yeah. And we saw these two teams meet last year in the regular season. Then we saw them meet in the semifinals. Can we just go ahead and sign up for that again? The semifinal matchup in 6A, Saraland and Spanish Fort, the Friday after Thanksgiving. Let's just sign up so we can see it again.
I wish we could sign up for it to be on TV.
Yeah.
But we can't.
All right, our player of the game nominations, Darrell Williams, the wide receiver, the big night. Gabe Reynolds, the junior quarterback. Wow, he played a great game here tonight. Trayvon McAlpine, we could kind of put that whole defensive front up there as a nominee for player of the game, because they did such a great job. But go to utv44.com to vote for your player of the game. Again, Darrell Williams, the wide receiver going to West Virginia. Gabe Reynolds, I feel like watched him grow up here on Friday Night Rivals.
We did against McGill. We saw him in the Theodore game, but against McGill, he really had his coming out party. Played in his biggest game tonight played very well.
And Trayvon McAlpine, our third and final nominee. So
it helps when you're the quarterback and you got Darrell Williams to throw it to.
It does help indeed. So a big win for Saraland. They're 5th in a row. Started off 0-2. Now they've won 5 in a row, and they're in position now to hold on and claim the region championship. If they can win out Spanish Fort, they'll bounce back next week. And again, we're going to hear a lot more from the Toros as we close out this season as well. So our final score here tonight, winner for the Saraland Spartans, 28-16 for Dan Brennan, Jim Cox, Heather Healy, and our entire crew. Good night from the Hill here on UTV 44.